0. Ignition. And liftoff. Go Falcon. Let freedom ring. Godspeed. Report.
Louder, lady. You're getting drowned out by the rocket. I can't hear you. I missed it. I missed the launch. And, on my street, we've got a pretty good shot toward the Cape when, we can see the rockets, launch from the Cape on the other side of the state, especially, obviously, when it's clear and you don't have a bunch of clouds. And this morning, I think, would have been pretty perfect to see it.
What time was it?
3:52 a.m. Oh, by the way, folks, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. This is Q105. MJ here. That was Roxanne. I got Fester and Froggy, Cooper, our producer. And I was up pretty early this morning. I was up at 4:03. I needed to finish up some prep, so I got up a little early. I was up at 4:03. Some bitch. I missed the launch by 9 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it was, yeah.
When's the next one?
I got up at 4:03, so I missed it by, 11 minutes, right? Yeah. The next one is in 4 minutes. Oh, let's go outside.
That's right now.
It's back to back.
To the roof.
When's the? I don't know when the next one is.
I don't know.
What do you think? I'm a SpaceX calendar here?
Why are they launching?
They're like buses. We're going to catch the next one.
Why do they launch at such an inconvenient time?
Well, because it's where the Earth's, I guess, rotation is, and they pick the most advantageous time. I think it also has to do with distance and where crap is located as we kind of spin around.
These astronauts are like, 3:50 in the morning.
So can't we do like 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
That'd be so much better.
Yeah, Coop.
Well, I was going to say, I was disappointed there wasn't a giant Twitter logo on this rocket.
Oh, that's true. It is a SpaceX rocket.
Right? Because doesn't Elon Musk own that?
Well, Elon Musk, yes. Elon Musk is behind SpaceX, and obviously Elon Musk. I don't think we mentioned that yesterday. That was in my pile. I had a whole Elon Musk Twitter pile, and we were so jammed up yesterday, I didn't even get around to it.
It's fine that we didn't, because even more stuff happened. You see all the people who are going to quit Twitter because of it?
Well, I think we probably should. It's not like new news is coming out, so it's a good thing we didn't mention it. I think we probably.
Good thing we didn't talk about it.
Oh my God! Yeah,
the situation's changed a little bit since yesterday.
No, we can wait for the follow-up.
No. I had a huge Elon Musk Twitter purchase pile yesterday, and I just didn't get around to it because we had a lot of crap we had to deal with. But yeah, Elon Musk is taking Twitter private for what, $44 billion?
How much money does this guy have? My God.
He lost like $25 billion on paper yesterday because Tesla stock took a dump, along with, the markets were just sucky yesterday.
Google, yeah.
A lot of stuff. It's earnings season. So, a lot of stocks really got hammered. The Dow was down like 800 something points or something yesterday.
I have a weird question.
Yeah. What?
And this might be stupid.
Yeah. Hold on. Froggy is saying he has a weird question and it might be stupid. I'm sure. Froggy, there are no stupid questions. Go ahead.
So $42 billion is a lot of money.
$44 billion.
$44 billion. Say he put that into like cancer research or something really needed. Can that be done with that much money? $44 billion? Can he cure some sort of disease with that money?
Probably. We've been trying to cure a lot of things for a while, and I'm sure that $44 billion how about trying to feed the world's hungry? What about putting $44 billion into?
Yeah, he'd be a saint, right?
He ought to fix bridges and roads in this country with $44 billion.
I'll fix every road in the world.
I actually would trust him.
Thank you.
I would trust him more than I would trust our government to fix the bridges and roads right about now.
You might be right. Anyway, so SpaceX launched this morning, the Crew 4. I think this is a new capsule. I think that's part of the deal. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, launched 4 more astronauts into orbit. Going to the International Space Station for NASA, including a medical doctor turned spacewalker and a geologist specializing in Martian landslides. Ooh. What the hell are we putting a Martian landslide specialist on the International Space Station for?
They'll take almost anybody.
I guess so. Yeah,
what are they building, a Martian water park?
Yeah, really.
Going to build some slides?
So,
yeah.
That's awesome.
So does this confirm there are indeed Martians?
No. Mars, as in the Martian surface. We're not talking about little green men. No,
okay.
We don't have confirmation that there are Martians running around Mars.
Welcome, Elon.
If all goes according to plan, let's see. The 3 astronauts and a European Space Agency crewmate from Italy. Oh, that's Italian. Will reach the space station after a 17-hour flight around 8:15 tonight. And they're going to stay up there for 6 months.
Oh. Do you think the Italians brought better food than the American astronauts? Like they bring, how everything is that rehydrated, that dry ice cream.
I brought the bigger bucket of mom's lasagna.
And the dry gabagoo.
I brought the cacio e pepe is what I brought. And I brought the Stanley Tucci from that CNN Italian TV series, the show.
That wouldn't get old listening to it every day for 6 months.
Good
morning, it's me again.
I would just open up his capsule door one day. He got sucked right out. I don't know what happened.
And push him out. All right, we're just getting rolling. It's a busy. Was it Wednesday here? Man, I saw some crazy animal driving. You ever see animals as you're pulling into the office park? I saw some. I don't know what the hell it was.
I see a lot of rabbits.
No.
You see a chupacabra?
I might have seen a chupacabra this morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hold on. We're back in a minute here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You know, yes. You know, I don't know, a week or two ago, I mentioned like all these stories that are popping up with these silly optical illusions. Well, whatever you see first tells you all about your personality. Just shut up. Have you seen these? They're like all over the place. It's every day when I'm doing show prep and I'm on the internets and I'm surfing and I'm on this site, that site, and all these stories. And, oh, yeah, if you see the tree first, then it means one thing about your personality. If you see this first, just stop it. I don't know. Why are we getting barraged with this?
Well, did you click on one of the links? I mean, once they know that you are a sucker to
No.
click on something.
No. This is not like an ad or something.
Okay.
No, these are news stories.
Right.
These are... No, they don't know you're a sucker if you click on a news story inside of a website. You know, I turn all tracking off. So I make I make sure that when on my browsers and when I visit certain sites and they have like the privacy things pop up and, you know, you get to select. I turn everything off. I don't want you tracking jack. But I'm just telling you, man, it's driving me absolutely, completely nuts.
What kind of sites are you going to, bro?
Dude, it's just regular news sites. Like you hit
That you need to hide yourself in?
No, I don't want to be tracked. You know, I don't want Google ads tracking me. It's creepy when then suddenly ads start popping up because I might have looked for a backpack, you know, and then suddenly ads start popping up for every damn backpack on the planet.
No. I like being reminded about the riding lawnmower I looked for 3 years ago. I like that. I really do.
Yeah. You can find yourself on a Roto Devil or
The Roto Devil. I like that brand.
the Roto Devil.
All right.
New from Craftsman.
So, what, like an example, like do you see like the girl, or do you see like
listen,
the dolphin?
Here's the latest. Yeah, well, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then I saw one with like chicken lips. And do you see the people's? Do you see the man and the woman facing each other first, or do you see the two chicken heads? I mean, it's crazy crap. Look at this. Here's this. I printed this one out last night. This was on the New York Post website. What you see first in this optical illusion reveals if you're shy or confident. Shut up. I don't care. Thanks to a handy... There's the chicken lips. Look at this. What do you see? What do you see first? The chicken head, or do you see the lady's face and red lips?
All right, I saw the chicken head first. I have to. I saw the chicken head.
God.
I see lips. Weird. It's like the old pictures with the you look at it forever, and you're like, I think I see a sailboat.
Roxanne, she just walked in. What is this a picture of?
I see lips.
Okay.
But I heard Froggy say that when I walked in the door.
Oh, see, he tainted.
Well, you're
it.
tainted.
sorry.
You're like tainted love. Tainted Roxanne. All right, now, what is this one? Here's the chicken head and the lady's lips. And on this one, what you see first in this optical illusion reveals if you're shy or confident. So this is the one that I printed out last night.
How can that reveal if you're shy or confident?
Listen, this is garbage. This is absolute garbage.
Cool picture.
Yeah, like
I see a lady eating a chicken.
you see
Whoa.
that means you're a psychopath. That means that you.
I don't know if I see her eating a chicken as much as I see her being very intimate with a chicken. I mean, it's beak to mouth.
She's
And that means
sucking
you
on a
are
chicken
kinky.
head is what she's doing in this image. Now, there was also one like last week that popped up. This horse. Do you see the horse galloping away from you or coming toward you? Because if you see it coming toward you, you're going to murder puppies. It didn't say that, but you can't tell somebody's psychological profile because of what they see in a picture. I guess there's an argument to be made with the whole ink blot test. Was it Rorschach? Do they even do that anymore?
Yeah, but Rorschach was like splatter, and you had to,
it was.
Yeah, it was interpreting that splatter. I think the only credence I would give this is if you think about like right brain, left brain, and if they can somehow do the art so one is keying in on one side of your brain more than the other. So if you're more analytical than creative, but I don't think beyond that.
Thanks to a handy psychological trick, one man claims he can tell if you're shy or quiet or confident or stubborn in mere seconds. The insight doesn't come from asking you deep questions, though instead, the revelation comes from what you see first in a simple optical illusion. Some TikTok star, Charles Marriott, or is it Mariot, shares optical illusions and personality tests on his page, blah, 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 recent video. What do you see first, he asks. And he then reveals two images viewers were intended to see, a plucky chicken or a pair of lips. According to the content creator, what you see first reveals the secret truth about your personality. If you saw the rooster first, it means you're quite shy. You only like attention when you're in the right mood. People who saw a pair of lips immediately have a very different personality. If you saw the mouth first, it means you're confident, strong, and independent. You know what? I believe I saw the chicken first. So am I shy?
Yeah, it doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
no, you're not really shy.
This
I
is
wouldn't put you-
garbage. If you saw the rooster first, it means you're quite shy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been described as quite shy over the years.
yes.
I'm a very shy individual.
Keep
Top
to yourself
five.
a lot.
Yeah.
I'm all people phobic. You know, I don't want to go before people. I don't want to speak. I don't want to really put myself out there at all. I'm a very shy, introverted individual.
Yeah, you don't really want to tell people how you feel about things.
I'd like to tell this guy he's full of crap. And these things are popping up everywhere. I have seen probably a dozen in the last like 3 weeks or a month. I've seen like a dozen of these images about what you see first. It tells you about your personality.
Someone just sent me a toad
Yeah.
or
What?
one's like a toad or a hand. I can only see the toad.
Someone sent you on
Yeah,
your
on my phone, a friend of mine.
Who's your friend that's listening at 6:25 in the morning? Which friend is this?
Oh, what name is she going to make up? This is the fun part.
Look, I mean, why are you so cagey? Why do you hold back?
What does it matter? It's my cousin.
So,
Okay,
so
so
what's
my-
the problem? So just say it's your cousin.
My cousin Lurleen. Come on, let's go. Onward.
Man,
Show the picture. What is it?
Roxanne,
What's
you
it?
hold back and you get cagey on the weirdest stuff, which makes me wonder what the hell are you really hiding? Are you a fugitive from justice?
Roxanne will
Can
tell
you
you.
hold up a smaller picture, please?
Yes. How about one that looks more microscopic?
Yeah, Roxanne is holding up a picture that will fit on the top of a
All right.
pinhead. All right. Anyway, listen, the bottom line is I'm getting sick of these damn personality tests based on what you see first in the image. You see this story? I'm shredding it. I'm ripping it up.
I have to admit, I kind of like it.
All right.
I think it's ripped.
Give me a lighter. I want to burn this.
No, don't burn it.
I'll light this on fire is what I want to do. I tell you what I have. You want to talk about fire? a major fire was averted. Man, I got a pile of morons in the news coming up in just a bit. Festa, why are you looking at women in scantily clad workout gear making muscles? What are you doing over here?
Listen, this is what people put on their Facebook page.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I don't
Looks
control that.
looks like Festa's being a creeper over here.
Yeah, you're the creeper.
How am I the creeper?
Creeper.
How am I a creeper?
For acknowledging it. Listen.
It's on the computer screen in front of me because
So-
we share a mirrored screen. I'm watching what you're looking
I
at.
have a friend on Facebook who what they do is they post workout pics because if they don't put it on Facebook, I guess it's like they never went to the gym.
So who's
that's
this?
what this is.
Maria Kathleen Law? Who's that?
An old friend.
Never quit yourself. Who is Maria Kathleen Law? Who's your old friend?
She's a friend of mine. She my friend Brady used to have the barbecue place in Safety Harbor.
The Brady's Barbecue.
Yeah, so
rest in peace.
Right, I've known her through him.
He passed away, right?
He passed away like 3 years ago. Yeah,
Man, that was good stuff too.
Excellent. Right, good friend.
All right, just getting rolling here today, folks. We're loaded on this Wednesday. If you think your day sucks, wait to hear about the morons. All next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, speaking about chicks. Q105 and the Morons of the News early edition starts right now. In fact, I want to start off with morons with a little medical twist. Do you know that if you have a communicable disease and you're supposed to stay quarantined and you don't, that they can throw you in jail? And this is not like China stuff. This is not like Shanghai and people getting welded into their apartment buildings.
Is this a new thing? Because communicable disease is a big umbrella.
That would be correct. Yes. There are many communicable diseases out there. But, I mean, you saw what's going on in China with, the Chinese have this zero tolerance policy, COVID-free, and the latest outbreak of COVID, and I guess Omicron.
In Shanghai?
Over in Shanghai.
Yeah.
They locked down a city with 10 million people or something. And they were welding people in again and building up. I saw they were building metal barricades on streets to keep people from venturing out of their neighborhood.
I'll hop over that thing.
All right, well, listen to this. This is not Shanghai. This is beautiful Pensacola. This is right up the road, right up in the Panhandle, the true redneck Riviera.
How do they know you even have the communicable disease?
Well, I'm going to tell you. A Pensacola guy was arrested after refusing to abide by quarantine. He was diagnosed with tuberculosis.
Ooh.
Keith Wallace, 65 years old, charged with unlawfully exposing others to TB. I got to be honest. Whenever I saw TB on the Rays stuff,
Yeah, me too. I always think it's tuberculosis.
I think it's tuberculosis. I'm sorry. I apologize. Listen, I want the Rays to stay in town. I hope we can get a new stadium somewhere. I'm hoping that we don't lose a major league ball team in the Tampa Bay area. But whenever I see the TB on the hats, or
Go tuberculosis.
I think of tuberculosis. I can't be the only one. Well, obviously not, because Froggy said he thought of the same thing.
Well, TB. Devastating disease from back in the day.
Do you think of tuberculosis when you think of Tom Brady?
Coop.
Yes.
Oh, what did you sneeze?
Oh, my God.
or-
I got
Yes.
Coop, you just gave Froggy
You gave me TB.
All right, Froggy.
All this tuberculosis talk, I'm getting a little
He's got a
stuffy in
TB
here.
shirt on.
I do have a TB shirt on.
Are you oh, he's. Oh my God! As we're talking about this, Coop's got a TB shirt on.
He gave it to me. I have it.
Which camera is on right now?
Yours.
All right, well, come over here and come around here.
Oh, look at his cute shirt.
And you got to show everyone on camera. Look, I'm talking about TB. Is that going to get in the shot?
it's
All right, move a little closer.
Yeah.
All right. Hold your
Bring
paper
it
down.
down, MJ.
No, I think
It's a Rays
I think you can
shirt.
stand
It's a
up.
Tampa Bay Rays shirt.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a Tampa Bay Rays shirt, and in the middle of the shirt it says TB. And whenever I see that, I think of tuberculosis.
Do you know what the highest degree of tuberculosis is?
No, I don't.
TB12.
Oh, Tom Brady 12.
How crazy is that?
Oh, that's right, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, TB12.
I just asked that. I said,
Yeah.
do you think of tuberculosis when you hear Tom Brady as
Oh,
well?
I missed
TB?
that because of all the coughing
Yeah,
and
I know.
hacking and
Tom
wheezing. in
Brady
here.
thought of tuberculosis when he thought of himself.
Sorry. Froggy, what are you doing?
I got TB.
That's
Is
not
that
how-
what it sounds
What
like?
are you,
It's like coughing and
make you-
hacking.
are you playing the part of Keith Wallace right now?
TB's in my throat.
All right, well, here's the deal. This dude is unlawfully charged with exposing others to TB. Two Escambia County deputies, by the way, they put the scam in Escambia County. Two deputies arrived at a hotel on Pensacola Boulevard, made contact with EMS personnel. The deputies were called to take Wallace into custody for a medical hold. He was diagnosed with TB and refusing to abide by the quarantine. He's going all over the place. The deputies put on one of those Dustin Hoffman outbreak suits. They put on PPE on the scene. Wallace was taken by EMS to the county jail where they put him in some kind of isolation room because he has TB and refused to quarantine. He could spread this crap everywhere. Florida law states, did you know this, folks? Florida law states it is unlawful for any person who has active tuberculosis and who knows or has been informed that fact to willfully expose other persons to the disease. And tuberculosis is a disease caused by bacteria called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The bacteria usually attacks the lungs, and they can also damage other parts of the body. Oh, hold on a minute. We have Mr. Keith Wallace in studio on loan from the Escambia County Jail. Mr. Wallace, are you okay? Maybe we should have him phone in. Would you like to phone in?
It's not a growl.
I don't think tuberculosis turns you into like a chupacabra.
It's like a chesty, rattly, watery thing, isn't it?
I don't know, but I know back, in the John Adams days.
God, you sounded like Al Pacino.
Somebody give me my wig.
Yabba dabba doo.
My platform shoes.
Hey, you ever hear anybody when they have that ricochet rebound sounding cough?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, usually like heavy smokers.
It's that, hey, Coop, do me a favor. I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube, but go to YouTube. YouTube typically has everything. Go to YouTube and see if you can find a sound effect of somebody with, type this in as search terms, ricochet rebound hacking cough. You ever hear it? It's like the.
I'm sure nobody calls it a ricochet cough.
I can't even do it, but it's that crazy like rebound.
I've coughed like that if I'm trying to keep a cough inside for a long time. You know when you get a tickle in your throat and it's just your eyes start to water, and then when it comes out, it sounds like the ricochet.
Anyway, I thought I would pass along that if you have tuberculosis and you're supposed to quarantine, that Florida can arrest you for being like a public nuisance.
Don't we get vaccinated for that when we're kids?
Do we get a tuberculosis?
Yeah, we do.
I think we do.
Infants get a TB shot.
Yeah. Well, you get all kinds of shots. So, any luck with the ricochet rebound cough, Coop?
No, I don't even know what you're looking for, honestly.
I think
It's like that.
Like a whooping cough or something?
I can't even do it. It's like an echoey, crazy cough that some people get. Anyway, if you find it, let me know. All right, listen to this. Can you imagine that you have a house? You're adjacent to a golf course. Your house keeps getting hit with golf balls, and you sue.
what?
And what?
You bought a house on a golf course.
You sue because your house keeps getting hit with golf balls, and you win nearly $5 million.
What?
Huh?
You buy a house next to a golf course. The golf course has been there for 100 years?
All right, this is crazy. This was a Boston Globe headline this week. The headline read, "Family terrorized by golf balls wins nearly $5 million from neighboring country club."
Wow.
Man, I tell you, you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. This is crazy. A family with 3 daughters, aged 2 to 5, sued the Indian Pond Country Club in Kingston, Massachusetts for trespass over the continual bombardment and won a permanent injunction against golf balls on their property. How do you issue an injunction against a Top Flight?
Are they going to put up like a net like they have at Top Golf by this guy's house?
Guess what? They said that if they put up a net, it still wouldn't be high enough.
What?
I don't believe that. A jury awarded this family, the Tenzars, $3.5 million in damages and mental emotional suffering. The Globe story noted that the court records indicate that with interest, the award totals $4.9 million. I don't understand why there's interest, but listen to this. The story details the Tenzars. They purchased this brand new 4-bedroom, 3,000 square foot home in Indian Pond Estates on the South Shore for $750,000 in April of 2017. Now, that's important. The golf course opened in 2001 and was designed by Damien Pascuzzo.
Okay.
The golf course was there before the home.
Okay.
But the first time the family filled up the kiddie pool in the backyard, a stray golf ball from the 15th tee splashed in the water. So many windows were shattered on the Tenzar's house, they stopped replacing the windows with glass. Would they just put plywood in or like plexiglass or acrylic?
What they do is they put that hurricane shield glass.
My God.
So I'm trying to. This
Yeah.
is the 15th hole. So I'm trying to picture this. Like, what do they have the hole right by their house? Like, why are all? Well, no, it would be. That doesn't make sense. Like, because what they say they're going to do is they're going to move the tee box back so that the golfers are going to avoid their house in the future.
I'm going to get to that. You're jumping ahead. Hold on a sec. The Tenzar's home sits on an elevated bank, putting the home in line with the 15th tee. Should we have looked into chances our house would be hit? Probably. I don't know. We just fell in love with the house. It was our first house, said Eric Tenzar. Efforts to contact the club apparently met with no changes. The family got an appraisal for netting, only to be told that a net couldn't be constructed high enough to keep out the balls. Listen, if you put up a net that's 10,000 feet tall, I'm guessing it's going to keep out the balls.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to hear that no net's going to keep out the balls.
So I'm looking, MJ.
Yeah.
And here's a picture of the Tenzars in their backyard. It's not a huge backyard. And then right behind it is the flag, is the green.
Yeah, I see that.
So if you overshoot the green, you're right in their backyard.
So, Roxanne, you were going to say that the country club has reconfigured the tee box for the 15th hole.
Right. So they moved it back. So that'll hopefully help them. But like, still, what do they have? Just a bunch of crappy golfers that are at Indian Pond Country Club?
Every country club has a bunch of crappy golfers.
Yes.
A couple of pros, a couple of good golfers, and a bunch of crappy ones.
I'm pretty sure that most golfers really suck.
Yeah.
Of course.
Every time I go golfing, I hit a house or two.
There you go.
I snap clubs. Remember the FLZ client golf tournament where I snapped like 4 golf clubs?
We never had another one again.
I mean, that was it. It was the end.
When my accountant goes golfing, he just does it to drink and avoid his wife.
The deal was they sued because they were terrorized. Their house was getting hit nonstop, which, again, the golf course was there before the house.
This is like buying a house near the airport and you sue because of noise.
Yeah. Tell you what, you get hit with a golf ball in the head, who are you going to call?
Oh.
Camp Rouge and Green.
Oh, I thought you call zero res. You get hit in the head, there's blood everywhere.
Well, you can call zero res after you call Camp Rouge and Green. Now, seriously, Camp Rouge, and I have additional morons, folks. I haven't even scratched the surface yet. All right, Camp Rouge and Green is your car accident team. They're also your golf accident team. last night, and your read was it was a little awkward and confrontational.
Yeah.
And now don't give me the full details here. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want Michelle to be able to add some context to this. But apparently at 5, you're very specific. 5:41 p.m. last night, you texted Michelle a suggestion on something that she should buy me and Julian, and you perceived her response to be a wee bit hostile?
Disproportionately
Hostile?
aggressive in tone and hostile.
Whoa.
And I don't want to say I didn't appreciate it because I love rattling her cage. But Michelle and I have been having an ongoing sidebar conversation about things related and slightly related to the show for a year and a half since we got back. And I sent her something yesterday, and her response really kind of caught me by surprise. And I was like, wow.
All right, well,
that's-
I'll tell you what. Let Michelle, we were up late last night, so let Michelle sleep for a little longer, and we'll buzz Michelle a little later on, and we will reveal whatever this little, was it passive-aggressive?
I think it was aggressive.
Okay, aggressive.
Oh, so you weren't misreading it because it was a text.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't know. Hold on. And you know what, Michelle?
That's the issue with text.
She did not bring this up. You know, that is a big issue with text. Hold on. We'll get back to the morons in the news in a minute. We've brought this up. That's one of the problems with texts. And, you know, people are losing context in communication because when you speak to somebody, you verbally know demeanor. You verbally know. You know if somebody is happy, if they're sad. You know if they are angry, if they're inquisitive, if they're being forceful, aggressive. When you converse, when people talk, when people communicate, you have a much better grasp of the emotions involved. When you text, and folks, people that are listening right now, how many? You know what? We ought to go to phones on this. I ought to push off the morons. We ought to go to phones on this and talk about listeners, our audience that have had this problem. You text something, and it is perceived totally different than what you meant.
Sarcasm does not print well on text.
But people take texts sometimes to be snarky, obnoxious, aggressive. Oh, that was nasty. And the person who texted it did not mean it that way, but that's one of the problems with texts.
When I was having a tiff with someone and we were not talking, we were just texting each other. And I had a friend who was like the go-between, and she's like, you're going to have to pick up the phone and call Roxanne because every time you text her, whatever mood she's in, she's interpreting your text it's going to ramp her up more.
Like you're being a bitch.
Yeah, like in other words, if you're in a certain mood, you're going to interpret a text in that mood,
You know
and they
what?
may not have meant it that way.
We'll call this context. Okay.
Yes.
That's why all the texts I send are always capital with a bunch of exclamation points afterwards.
You know what? Let's
Like
go
I'm
to
yelling.
Let's go to phones on this. All right, folks, can you add to this conversation? All of our MJ Morning Show listeners, and listen, you're an extension. If you're a listener, we consider you just part of the show. It could be MJ and Fester, Froggy, Roxanne, Coop, and Bill, and John, and Linda, and Angel. Kim.
we just didn't have enough room on the billboard for everybody else.
Go. I want to go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Give us an example of when you've texted. Either you texted or someone texted you, and because there was really no context emotionally, that it was misinterpreted or caused a problem, or you thought that somebody was ripping you when, in fact, you just misinterpreted a text because you can't get a handle on emotion all the time. Let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. Fire up the phones right now. What kind of a text issue have you had in the past where you're communicating and it was misinterpreted because it's just words? I'm sure we can get some doozy stories where, fights were started, tiffs happened.
People never talk to each other again.
Well, maybe that, but maybe an issue with your boss, your husband, your wife, your kids, because texting doesn't always deliver the right emotion. All right, let's go to phones. 800-990-1047. Tell us about like a texting interpretation or demeanor debacle that you've had? Grab a couple of calls here and then we'll move on. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 gets you on. Let's grab John in Bradenton. Hey, John, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's texting and emails. It's terrible because, if you got a younger generation you're communicating with.
My God.
You know what else is terrible is CBs.
Yeah, are you on a walkie-talkie? Are you phoning us on a walkie-talkie?
Did all the phone lines just drop?
Hello? Oh, they did.
Well, maybe it was. All right.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
it was us.
Our phone, maybe it's us.
All right,
God,
John.
man, our phone system just is going. We just heard it.
We just heard it die.
And then it just died. Our phone system is going.
It was
Man, guys, I want to light this place on fire. They got to start
No,
again
don't do that.
with this equipment. All right, can we got to get John back in. All right, John.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
the lines just reset, I guess.
Our phone system reset. It dumped everybody. So we got to start again. I don't know if John can get back in.
Sorry, John.
All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
Oh, man, that was scary.
It what, man? It was sounded like a cat hacking up a hairball or something.
We were all going to make fun of John for having crappy phones, and turns out it's us.
Yeah, I thought he was on the. Do you remember those old? Was it Nextel phones? Oh my God, my dad had that thing. It drove me nuts.
Oh,
with
it was like a walkie-talkie?
The walkie-talkie thing. I'm like, my God.
Oh, I hated those.
All right, let me go back to phones here. I don't know if John's going to get back in. All right, so we're asking about texts. Just texts that are misinterpreted. All right, let's grab. How about Jeff first? Jeff, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Jeff.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing fine.
Hey, I was just thinking, whenever isn't that kind of what the emojis are for? If you send somebody something, you can send an emoji to go along with your feeling about what you're texting.
You know, that kind of makes sense. So if you say something, and then you can add like a smiley face or something.
Also,
or add a frown or whatever.
Jeff,
That's all.
don't underestimate the power of the LOL. But
Yeah, that's right.
You're a stupid moron.
LOL. Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. But no, that's a good point. The emojis. Let me grab Tim. Look, all men. Well, only men have problems with texting. All right, Tim is in Tampa. Hello, Tampa. Tim, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I have a really good example every time I text my wife, and she responds that I'm fine. It's fine. It's never fine. She's never all right. It's so.
It's never fine.
It's never fine.
So, do you dread texts from your wife?
I don't dread them because when I get them, it's usually pretty important. It's whenever I have to text her out of the blue and I get the one-answer responses. Those are when I'm setting it up for a pretty rough evening.
Oh. You know, my wife Michelle has resorted to like fine or sure as well. Sure, fine.
At least it's not a K.
Yeah.
The letter
Fine.
K is the most dismissive text you could send back.
That's very dismissive. Fine is actually freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Oh, fantastic.
No, the laziest thing is using the ones they have for you, like MJ does, like, okay, thanks, like the ones that pop up for you.
Yeah, like I'll call you. Can I call you later?
Oh, the auto suggestion ones.
I'm like, what are you sending me?
I like when.
Okay, thanks.
I love when my Android when I'm in a text conversation and it offers like the instant like quick responses. My favorite is yay with an
what you said.
Seriously, I have one that pops up on my cell phone. Yay, YAY. That's kind of a joke between Michelle and me that we'll send each other those ridiculous text response
Very
suggestions.
Formal,
yeah.
yes.
Hey, thanks for the call, Tampa Tim. Wes is down in Naples. Hey, Wes, MJ Morning Show. We're talking about texting and how sometimes it's misinterpreted, you know, what you mean, the context, the emotion. Wes, you have a story?
Hey, good morning, MJ. Listen, I was texting a friend one time, and they called me after I texted them. I had texted them something that I thought was important, and I wanted to highlight part of the text. And so I was making it capital letters. And I got a phone call saying capital letters means you're hollering at me.
Sensitive.
Just wanted to highlight it.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Remember the chat rooms on AOL? You remember back in the 90s, the AOL chat rooms, and if people used all caps, they were shouting, "Stop shouting." Hey, thanks for the call. Is this John back? Is this walkie-talkie John back from from Bradenton?
Maybe.
Maybe so. Hey, John, is this you?
Breaker, Niner.
Yeah, Breaker 19. I thought it was your phone, man. I apologize. It's our crappy equipment
That's all right.
here.
I got a good phone. It's just crappy service AT&T, but that's all right. We'll use your system.
All right.
All right, John, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, texting and emails as well. Especially if you're dealing with like a younger generation, they think putting a period at the end of being proper punctuation is like being stern, and they get offended by it.
Oh, you know what? We talked.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You know what? Like a year ago, didn't we have a story that like Generation Z or millennials that they take offense to like punctuation? That if you
offense to everything.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about this. You're right, John.
Yeah, and like you were just saying about the caps lock, I mean, if you do caps lock and a period,
Oh my God.
it's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's World War
And to
III.
talk to HR and everything else.
Yeah,
But then in business too, they tell you not to put emojis in your emails because that makes you look like a immature weirdo.
That's true as well. I've seen that.
True.
I've seen a story on that if you use emojis that you drop
Discredited.
you drop a whole bunch as far as the perception of your boss if you use emojis. Or like in business deals, if you're like texting and you're using emojis, that
And you guys were saying about like the auto replies. I know on I've got Facebook Messenger, give them the thumbs up.
yeah.
My mother hates it.
Yeah, I have the thumbs up. Like I use Android. I've got a Pixel 6 Pro, which I love the phone. Camera's fantastic, and I get when I text. Sometimes when people text me, you get the whole row of suggestion responses, and sometimes I just yay, Y-A-Y. That's my favorite. Hey, thanks, John. Have a great day. All right, one more call, then I got to get back to the.
And also, you can always text us about your problems with texting too.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, one more. Eric is in. No women called in on the texting issues.
I think that's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, really. Eric Waimama. Hello, Eric.
Hey, MJ, how's it going?
Doing well. Go ahead.
Hey, I do flyers for nightclubs, and I use cap lock on it, and I had to send an email one time, and I forgot to take off the cap lock, and the lady that I was messaging asked, why am I yelling at her?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. I didn't get some of the calls I was looking for, and it's like a simple text response. You type a sentence, and because you texted it and didn't say it, it was totally misinterpreted as if you were being hostile or unfriendly. But that exists because I've experienced it, and
It seems abrupt.
I've sent people a message, and I've gotten a response back. Well. What, are you in a bad mood today? I'm like, no, not at all. It's
Sorry to disturb you.
Yeah, it came across that way. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I got a lot of texts from women, and they just all say fine.
Fine?
Fine. That's a thing.
Fine?
Fine.
Hey, guys, is this going to be a problem? If I run this Hanna-Barbera cartoon sound effects CD... If I run this underneath all of our segments today, is this? You think this will be distracting at all?
I mean, it's not any more or less funny than we are.
Well, no, I found the Hanna-Barbera 5 CD set of all of the cartoon sound effects.
Actually, I gave it to you.
Yeah, and I'm thinking,
What a jerk.
I'm thinking. I've got 5 CDs. We every day we can just play a whole CD. What do you think? All the.
I'll go get a cup of coffee. You can just call me when the sound effects are done.
Whoa! Whoa, what's happening here?
All right.
That's some good stuff there.
This is
Yes.
an audio definition of the law of diminishing returns. First one was really good. Second one was okay. Third one was all right.
Let me tell you right now. There are 99 tracks on this CD.
Listen.
99 tracks.
And each one's 5 minutes long.
Oh, my God. By the way, Michelle texted me.
What'd she say?
I'm awake.
Oh, great.
Well, I'll tell you what, Michelle. If you're still awake, we will call you when we begin our long segment at 7:30. Folks, every day at 7:30, we start the longest content in American radio history. I don't think there's any other morning show in the country that is going from 7:30 until 8:50 with no interruption. We do an hour and 20 minutes, and that comes up at 7:30 every morning. And Michelle, I want to talk about this little issue with you and Fester, because Fester believes that you snarked him.
If she's still aggressive toward me, I don't want to get involved with this now.
Maybe you text her too much and you bother her.
And that's how this whole text question just came up, because Fester texted Michelle something. Michelle texted Fester something back. Fester took it as hostile. All right, so that's coming up at 7:30 in just a few minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. I got to get to the bottom of this. Let me tell you what else I got to get to the bottom of. A woman runs up to a guy who is using a urinal and then stabs him in the buttocks?
Wow.
Wait. Ooh.
Holy Toledo. You know where this happened?
Toledo?
Yes, Toledo, Ohio. 41-year-old woman arrested for allegedly stabbing a man while he was using a urinal. According to the Holy Toledo Police Department, Shanaz Ali is accused of entering a restroom and stabbing a man with a knife in his buttocks while he was standing up using the urinal at Leroy and Margaret's Suds and Grub.
Oh, is that one of those restaurants that are laundromats, or is it just like a beer in place? What does Suds mean?
Well, Suds is like another name for beer.
Yeah,
Because of the foamy top on beer.
No, there's car washes named Suds.
That too.
But they don't serve food at the car wash.
listen.
Well, that would be a great concept, though.
You've never heard like Suds being used as a term for beer?
Yeah, but I guess with the last week's activities, I thought laundromat and restaurant, which would have been awesome.
Man, what is going
Well,
on
what
here?
if you did a car wash and a restaurant and you got your food like through a drive-through right before you went into the car wash and just sat back and enjoyed your food and the Sudsy show?
So this is the car wash where you stay in the car when you go through?
Yeah.
It is not that. It is, what is it? It's like
Leroy and Margaret's Suds and Grub. It's going to be beer and food. It's not a laundromat.
Okay,
it's a car wash and a diner.
Well, although Suds has been used for car washes and Suds has also been used for laundromats.
Let's not lose sight of the guy who
You know,
got stabbed.
oh my God, let's put Shorty Shane in a washing machine next.
Wait,
Brilliant.
What do you think?
Oh, yes.
One of those glass-fronted washing machines?
Dozens of views.
Let's go back to 4th Street. Tell them we're not going to do the dryer. We're going to do the washing machine.
Don't worry.
Anyway, so cops arrive, and the report says that they saw the victim, a male in his mid-40s, standing at a urinal with 2 visible stab wounds in his right butt cheek. In a statement he gave to police, he says, "Well, I was just attempting to go to the bathroom when an unknown female entered the restroom behind me and stabbed me twice in the butt. And then she fled the scene." What the? Oh, look, Fester's looking at the menu over at Leroy and Margaret's Suds and Grub.
It all looks pretty good. It's bar food, but it looks like pretty good bar food.
Like bar food. So the cops say they were eventually able to find and arrest the suspect at her apartment. This is crazy. The victim got a picture of her car before she drove away from the scene.
So he's limping out of the bathroom with a bloody butt?
With bloody butt cheeks, and he's able to snap a picture of her car. After this woman, Ali, was arrested, police searched her entire apartment, took pictures of notable items. What notable items would assist them in the investigation of the urinal buttock stabbing?
Did she drop the knife or something?
I don't know, man.
Trail of blood?
Sir, you've been stabbed 3 times. That one's not a knife.
I mean, can you imagine that? Seriously, you're just using a urinal and some woman comes in the bathroom and it stabs you twice in the ass?
Oh,
what's going on here?
I mean, that's the fleshy part. I mean, that's if you're gonna stab me, please stab me in my fat butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a matter of moments, in just a few short minutes, we're going to try to get to the bottom of this entire Fester Michelle issue. Yeah,
Is it an issue?
Yeah, well, something's going on here.
Oh,
There is something going on with Michelle and Fester. Fester sends Michelle what he thought was a funny text, and Fester thinks that Michelle took it the wrong way and got a snarky response. All right, let's get to the bottom of this, and we'll do it next, among many other things. Oh, have you ever been declined? How embarrassing was your getting declined? Hold on, we'll get into that coming up in a minute. We start a long chunk of the MJ Morning Show next. There's a lot, so don't miss it. International Diamond Center. one of the best songs of the 1980s. Little Tears for Fears. Hey, do they tour? Do they ever go? Are they still around? Are they still the same incarnation? Do they go on concert vendors?
See, that's the big issue with a lot of these 80s bands. The first question is, are they still alive?
Well, no, it's is it the original band, or like in Journey's case? I'm sorry, Journey's not Journey without Steve Perry as a lead singer. I'm sorry. I don't care to see Journey because it's not Steve Perry.
But isn't the guy who took his place, isn't he almost better?
He is like
no, he's not. No, why would you think the Journey? The guy's good.
Yeah.
The Steve Perry replacement guy. The guy.
Didn't they find him like in a karaoke band?
It was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I think he auditioned for something. The guy's good. The Steve Perry replacement lead singer for Journey is good, but he's not as good as Steve Perry. All right. So a lot of these bands, they go on revival tours and they use the name, but it's like not the original folks. It's like.
So there's only two guys in Tears for Fears.
Welcome back. MJ Morning Show. This is Q105. I'm MJ with Fester and Froggy and Roxanne and Coop. Hey, before I call Michelle to try to get to the bottom of this whole Fester's perceiving something, and I want to know what the story is. Before we do that, just a little MJ Morning Show market research here. If you could help us out, we've got new MJ Morning Show billboards that are popping up all over town. The MJ Morning Show is back on Q105, 104.7 FM. We got two different versions out there, the picture one, the non-picture one. Do me a favor. When you get a chance, if you found out about the MJ Morning Show returning just recently and just from our billboards, could you drop me a note or a text? So if you just found out that the MJ Morning Show is back on Q105, the whole team, me, MJ, Froggy, Fester, Roxanne has joined us, Coop. If you just found out, send me an email or a text. MJ@MJMorningshow.com. MJ@MJMorningshow.com. It's easy. Or you can text us at 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So if you just found out, send an email to MJ@MJMorningshow.com or send a text to 800-990-1047. If you just found out we're back. Just a little curious thing. This is just for me. Just for me. All right. Fester and Michelle.
I don't want to make a bigger deal out of this than it is, and I don't want to piss Michelle off.
Listen, you mentioned this to me off the air, and I'm like, well, Michelle didn't even mention this to me.
So you guys text all the time.
We text on the reg.
It's weird.
Which I think the kids still say. I don't know.
Hey, Coop, can you come grab something real quick? Someone's going to pick this up. Can you give this to Don?
Here, thank you. I appreciate it.
Don is, I think, downstairs. Can you just give that to Don real quick?
We got a Don delivery.
Thank you, buddy. I got someone picking something up here.
Yeah.
So
I know what's going on.
So Fester says to me, I had a little weird exchange with Michelle, and is she angry? And this is what launched our question about texting and not always being able to deliver your demeanor via text, and sometimes people misinterpret. All right, start from the beginning, Fester. You know what? Let me get Michelle on the phone. Let me get Michelle on the line. Oh, people are calling in here. Hold on a sec.
All right.
Hang on, folks. Yeah, if you're calling in, just stand by. Let me get Michelle on.
It's got to be a second.
Hey, Michelle, I'm calling the home phone, so if you can reach under the bed and grab the landline. Unless she fell back asleep. You learn something new every day. And, what also is curious is that Michelle did not mention. Hello. Hey, Michelle. So you didn't mention that you had a little bit of a text exchange with Fester yesterday, and Fester deems this situation awkward.
Well, he started it.
Okay. Hold on. Say it again.
He started it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wow.
Whoa,
this is.
But to be honest, Fester's the kind of guy you could say anything to, and I don't think he's ever offended.
Well, no, I'm not. Hold on, I'm not offended.
No, but
you know that.
But Fester perceived this as, was Michelle angry? All right. Let's explain what happened. All right, Festus, start the story. Go.
So I guess it was a week ago, we said something on the air, and somehow the joke came up that if somebody owned a bait shop, what would you call it?
It was because my grandmother crashed into my grandfather's bait shop with her vehicle.
Okay.
And then you guys asked me what the name of it was.
Okay, that's right.
And I was like, I think it was Master. So that
Master Bait and Tackle.
Yes. So Roxanne.
I get it.
Roxanne goes right to the high level humor.
So Roxanne, the dainty female on the MJ Morning Show, goes right for the lowbrow humor.
Yes.
Filthy. Right. So is really your grandmother really plowed into your grandfather's bait shop?
And she never drove after that. That was the last time she drove a car.
How old was she when she did this?
Probably 30.
She was in her 30s and she drove through your grandfather's bait shop.
Smashed into it.
Where was this bait shop?
I want to say Apollo Beach area.
Really?
Yes.
You killed all the jumbo shrimp.
Okay. So
and then at 30 years old, she never drove a car again in her life?
No, and I think that was like one of the first times she drove.
She was scarred for life?
Yes.
Did she wreck the bait shop?
Yes, she did. She smashed.
She drove through the whole thing?
And
she
cracked
smashed
glass.
everything?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Oh, there's just
She's a wild
shrimp and
woman.
like
killed all the guppies?
greenbacks flopping all over
My
the place.
God,
So-
it's like...
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
But she wasn't old.
Yeah, she wasn't even that old. She was in her 30s.
30s.
All right.
That's crazy.
So Roxanne made the joke about the Master.
Right,
Bait shop.
about the bait shop.
Okay.
Good
So
stuff.
And I guess this got lost in our Facebook messages because we get about 150 Facebook messages a day.
We got a
reply,
lot.
and one of them got lost. And I was scrolling through yesterday, and I saw one that came in last week on the 19th. I think it was a guy named Brad, and he said, "Hey guys, you're not going to believe this, but there's an actual Master Bait and Tackle in Bonita Springs.
In Bonita Springs.
Which is
Gotcha.
about 2 hours south of the Tampa Bay area.
Lovely, lovely area.
So I click on the link and I write him back, "Hey, thanks a lot. This is really funny." And
It's okay.
that's exactly, I'm sure that's exactly how Brad sounds.
That's right.
And
I'm sure they do a big business with bumper stickers and
Okay,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
you're
And
not-
other merch.
so you're not far off.
Right.
You're not far off. So I go to their website and there's no pictures of jumbo shrimp, nothing about the lure sale that they're having, nothing about their rods and reels and lines.
Right.
But instead, it's essentially an awesome outlet for merch.
It's a big merchandising operation,
So
is
they
what
have-
it is.
they have
It's-
T-shirts.
It's like the Beaver Creek liquor store. You know what it's called? All right, that's enough.
So-
No, seriously, there's a liquor store out in Beaver Creek they've got a great wine cellar.
Right.
Awesome.
And they sell a billion shirts a year.
They sell a lot of Beaver Creek liquor. Anyway.
So-
Nice beaver.
Yeah, thank you, Coop. Appreciate it.
So
yes.
this
Just had its stuff.
I click the classic tees link, the classic t-shirts, and they have a bunch of kind of funny, kind of comical t-shirts. Master Bait and Tackle, and they have different logos. And one of them, this particular team right here, was
It's the Master Bait and Tackle diving team, but
Yes.
I'm not going to say
Yes.
some of the other things.
Right.
And they've got the diver down flag, the
Right.
red flag with the white stripe diagonally. And I'm a scuba.
shirt?
it's a t-shirt.
I'm an avid scuba diver. I just got back from Egypt. Julian was so enthralled. He said, "Dad, can you take me on a scuba liveaboard on my summer break?" And being the daddy that I am, I have planned a father-son tour, and Julian and I, in June, we're going to be heading to the Maldives for a little scuba diving liveaboard.
Great.
So,
Egypt
awesome.
twice in a year.
So this is a moderately offensive to very offensive t-shirt that I send. I thought was comical
So
in a
you-
very juvenile
Oh my gosh,
way.
hello,
You-
me too.
So you send this link to my wife with the semi-offensive T-shirt from this Master
Master Bait and Tackle.
Tackle. Yes, down in Bonita Springs.
And the particular diving team that this t-shirt is talking
Right,
about.
exactly. So
Does it rhyme with rough?
All right, Froggy, will you stop, please?
Let's just stop right there.
So you send this link to my wife via text last night.
Fester, are
So-
you nuts?
And you say, and Fester sent me a copy of it, and it says, you ought to get one of these for Julian or Todd for their trip this summer.
For Julian?
I know you guys are going on a trip to go diving, so I thought this would be hysterical.
And then
that'll get you beheaded in Egypt.
Michelle responds back, gross. And then Fester responds back, "That's funny, bleep." And then Michelle responds, "I'm not giving that to my 17-year-old son."
Yeah.
I don't even know if he would know what that means.
Okay.
Pretty sure he does.
I think Fester.
So I write back the longest, most sarcastic text I could possibly type back
Oh my
to her.
God, why?
And then I get no reply back because Michelle and I have a pretty robust, hearty relationship as far as off-color things
I
sometimes.
think you're confusing your robust off-color relationship with hers and Julian.
Hold on.
You're
Listen,
just
Yeah,
robust.
are you getting too comfortable with my
I
wife?
think so.
Listen,
Yeah.
so Michelle doesn't just write the word gross. I know how she says the word gross. She doesn't say, "Oh, that's gross." Michelle says the word gross like this. Gross. That's the only way she says it.
With an exclamation
Michelle,
point.
am I right?
2 syllables.
Pretty much.
Okay, the only way she says, "Oh, Fester, that's gross." No, "Oh, Fester, that's gross," which is a word of aggression all of a sudden. I'm like, gross? What? It's not gross. That's funny stuff. And I could hear her. "I am not giving that to my 17-year-old son." And then here's the condescending, naive mom remark. I'm not. I don't.
yelling?
Fester,
Listen, Jesus.
dude, stop yelling.
Well, I don't know if this mic's picking me up or
well,
not.
it sounds like you're across the room, but listen.
Yeah.
Maybe if you stop yelling,
This is how-
just talk.
This is how I.
normally.
No. Stop.
You're yelling.
This is
thing-
how.
This picks
I
up your voice.
Damn it, guys! Listen, this is how I'm reading the text.
I need an Excedrin PM in the
All right,
AM.
You guys handle this.
No, go ahead.
This is how I'm reading the text.
What'd you
Michelle
send
is
her?
yelling at me through the text. I don't even know if he would even know what that means. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure a teenage boy won't get the joke. You're right.
Michelle.
He has no clue.
Michelle, Fester says to me earlier off the air, I wonder if Michelle's angry at me. This is kind of an odd response. Can you kind of clear the air here, Michelle?
I would never be mad at Fester.
Yeah.
Do you listen, I appreciate it. And we've had some pretty hearty text conversations.
We do.
Oh, really?
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
What's the matter with you
My
guys?
God.
You keep that to yourself. She doesn't want you telling everybody that.
Listen, it's okay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for her.
It is. But Michelle, I didn't want you to come at me aggressively through text like gross. I don't even know if my 17-year-old son knows what that means.
Fester, I cannot give that to my son.
You can give it to Tuad.
She is not going to give Julian this double entendre, sexualized
Oh my God.
bait and tackle shirt from this place in.
How awkward would that be for you and Julian to be traveling and both wearing that shirt through the airport?
Yeah,
Arrested.
All right.
we're not going to wear the master bait and tackle diving team, and I left out the other word before diving.
All right.
It's like those
All
old
right.
Big Johnson shirts.
Yeah.
You know what? You have a friend that is helping you coordinate this trip. I just imagine if the two of you showed up in those shirts, they would not want to be seen with you for the rest of the trip. They'd be
Okay.
like, "See ya."
Michelle, if he brought that back to school, wearing that around on the day off, it'd be the most popular T-shirt in the
Oh my gosh. You might get kicked out of school. Stop. Don't even give him an idea because he listens every morning.
All right, so it doesn't sound like Michelle's very angry at you, Fester, although kind of put you off a little bit. You were not sure where Michelle was coming from.
Listen, that's okay. And
Michelle keeping you on your toes.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, if
Look
there's
at that.
anybody in the world I know I'm always good with, it's old Meech over here. I'm not worried about that.
Nope.
Old Meech.
I didn't want her to get too tweaked. And then my 17-year-old son, I don't even think he knows what that means. Believe you me. Oh, he knows.
All right, Michelle.
No, I don't even want to know if he knows what all those words mean.
While I have you on the phone, listen, it's really been the MJ Morning Show with MJ and Froggy, Fester, Michelle, and of course Roxanne has joined us. For years, it's like Michelle's been just another part of the morning show. So while I have you on hold, a couple of things, Michelle, you are absolutely enthralled. You are riveted to this train wreck known as the Amber Heard Johnny Depp defamation trial up in Nova, up in Northern Virginia.
Don't you mean Amber Turd?
Whoa. All right.
All right. By the way, Michelle is totally Team Depp and not Team Turd.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to get a shirt that says it, too.
I'm not Team Turd?
No, I was going to get a Team JP.
All right, a couple of things here while I have you on hold. And Roxanne, I know that you're also totally honed in on this thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do we know? Amber Heard, is this like an official diagnosis that Amber Heard has alleged borderline personality disorder?
They had someone testify that she does, an expert.
That was a source of contention yesterday in the courtroom, is that the psychologist wrote that she had those symptoms of borderline personality disorder and hysterical disorder.
Histrionics.
Histrionics, right, that she presented.
What about chop off Johnny Depp's fingertip disorder? Does she have that as well?
That would have been a great question for, one of those attorneys. But then, because the psychologist did not write it, that she concludes that she actually has that disorder, like in that whatever formal language, they had a little back and forth, like, but you didn't conclude that. You just said she was presenting the symptoms of that. And they had a little, tiff in the courtroom going. And you missed the big one. One of the attorneys on Amber Heard's side objected to his own question.
Was it Mr. Rottenborn?
Yeah, I think it was him.
He objected to his own. Explain that to me.
I don't even know, because I didn't get to see that part. I just read the article. It said he asked the question, and I guess the witness was answering and went on a little long, and he said, objection, and the judge said, well, you asked the question.
He objected
I object to myself.
He cuts off his own questions a lot.
Wait a minute.
He's like, forget that, axe that.
Is he the lawyer that was in my cousin Vinny? What lawyer do they have?
I don't know.
Anyway, all right, so quickly, before I move on,
Yes,
clinical psychologist who diagnosed Amber Heard with borderline personality disorder reveals symptom of condition is dressing like people she wants to be around. So is that the explanation why Amber Heard the next day was dressing like Johnny Depp dressed the day before in court?
Yeah, seems like it, right?
Oh, my God.
Why are you wearing my suit?
And then also, this was revealed in court yesterday. Why are you wearing my pirate patch? Why are you wearing my Jack Sparrow outfit? All right, so Johnny Depp passed out on a private beach in front of kids?
Yeah.
So he was face down in the sand in the Bahamas in front of his kids?
I guess so.
Maybe he was doing like an appearance, like he was Captain Jack Sparrow and he was in character.
Oh, in front of his kids.
Oh, yeah. Listen to this. Johnny Depp once passed out on a beach of his private island in the Bahamas right in front of his children. Explosive court testimony in his defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard revealed Tuesday. Tara Roberts, who said she gets paid $10,000 a month to manage Depp's sprawling property, was grilled about the embarrassing incident in 2013 during Cross. Do you recall Mr. Depp passing out in the sand face first? I recall he was passed out on the beach.
I mean, I'd pass out on the beach in Bahamas, but my kids were in Tampa.
In front of his 13-year-old and 11-year-old at the time.
Oh, they're 13 and 11. It's not like they're like 4 and 3.
I think there are a lot of people who've seen at least one parent passed out.
Daddy's sleeping again.
Oh, my God. I mean, this is just nuts. And then how does Jennifer Grey, nobody puts baby in the corner, how does Jennifer Grey, how does she get mixed up in this damn thing?
I guess she kind of injected herself. I didn't know that she had a relationship with him, but she says it was, pretty, what did she word?
It was a bonfire. Yeah, so
bonfire.
Jennifer Grey, whose mother ruined her career because her mother told her to get a nose job, and she never recovered because she was like just attractive and hot with that big bumpy nose that she had. That was her trademark. Then she got a nose job, and no one knew who the hell she was, and her career collapsed like little baby Jessica in the well. All right, so Jennifer Grey is now involved. Dirty Dancing icon Jennifer Grey has declared that her 80s relationship with Johnny Depp was a bleeping bonfire.
So that's a compliment, right?
Admitting it was the first time she experienced love in her life, despite being previously engaged to Matthew Broderick, to Ferris Bueller. She is 62 years old now. Can you believe that?
God.
Did they hook up at a resort in the Catskills?
Yeah, really. Or, I mean, she was the one that was beating the crap out of the principal, Mr. What's his face?
Bueller.
No, the principal.
And?
No, the principal in Ferris
what the heck
Bueller's
was
Day
his
Off.
name?
Was
Rudy.
Ed Rooney, yeah. Ed.
All right, so Jennifer Grey and Johnny Depp dated in 1989.
Wow.
Depp reportedly also asked her to marry him
Wow.
during their brief.
Apparently torrid effing bonfire of a relationship. That's how Jennifer Grey. By the way, can she get her nose put back the way it was?
She goes back. She's like, can you put the hump back?
I need to rehumpulate my nose.
I love your humpy nose, Jennifer.
I need my camel nose back. I mean, seriously, her career hit the skids
Tanked.
after that. Totally tanked. You're right. All right. Hey, Michelle, while I have you on hold, speaking of celebrities.
Am I on hold?
Yeah, hang on a minute. Because, listen, you're part of the story.
Well, being on hold means like you're not on the line.
No, you're on the line. We're live, all right?
Okay.
But while I have you, before I let you go,
Sure.
we were on vacation. I have a story here about a celebrity couple, very well known. And the story is kind of like they talk about the ups and downs of their marriage.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Who am I talking about?
The Beale lady and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Jessica Biel
Yeah, that
and Justin Timberlake.
Did you call her the Beale lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care for her.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh, this is the only thing that we deviate on because we usually like and dislike the same celebrities, but I do like Jessica.
No, thanks.
Michelle, why do you dislike Jessica Biel?
I don't know. Just don't like her.
Well, hold on a minute. Do you remember the inside information we got on Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake?
No.
Oh, come on. Michelle, we were in Italy. You booked a day tour with a driver.
I did?
Michelle, I don't think it was my other wife.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Michelle's playing dumb now. You know,
Michelle.
she's playing cheeky now.
Michelle, we were in a car on the Amalfi Coast of Italy.
Like 10 years ago?
Yes.
You expect me to remember something from 10 years
Yeah,
ago?
but hold on a minute.
Oh
The driver, it was Michelle. You booked like a car for like half a day that drove us all around the Amalfi Coast in Italy. You know, Positano. I mean, just gorgeous. Ravello, and the driver. It was like really inexpensive. We were like in a Mercedes van. It was. We had the kids were young. We had the kids with us, and we're getting driven around. And the guy the week before drove Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake. And do you remember what the driver said about Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake, Michelle?
No.
Oh, come! We've had this conversation.
Pretty memorable stuff.
I don't remember what he said.
Pretty
You know what?
riveting.
The driver said that they were so nice, they were down to earth, they were amazing to be with, and that they didn't have like celebrity hoity-toity attitudes. The guy that drove us on the Amalfi Coast the week before had driven Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake and raved about them, that they were just nice people.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that now because I remember really the other story when we rode with Typhoon over in Germany, who drove the drunk comedian around, and that was a more interesting story. So I must have just dismissed this Jennifer lady's story with,
I guess you did. All right, Michelle, I want you to go back to sleep and enjoy your slumber.
Oh, I can't do that now. All right, goodbye.
Yeah, first of all, MJ, if I'm an Italian driver
Yes.
escorting around American tourists, I'm telling everybody, last week I had Justin Timberlake, Jessica Biel in my car.
They were doing it.
They were very nice.
You gotta spice up the story a little
Oh,
bit.
I make a sharp return, boop, her booba falls out.
No, stop.
It was a beautiful.
Listen, you always hear about these bad celebrity stories, and I saw Jessica Biel, Justin Timberlake. She's talking about how their marriage has its ups and downs, like normal marriages, and I just thought it would be a nice thing. Because usually the celebrity stories we do are, not very nice. I thought it'd be nice to point out that I once had a driver that gave us a little car tour that said that Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake were phenomenal to work with, that he had driven them the week before.
Excellent. That's good to know.
My butt was potentially in the same place as Justin Timberlake or Jessica Biel's butt.
Which one would you prefer?
Oh, well. Yeah.
I'll take Jessica Biel.
I'll take
She's
Justin.
She does have a nice butt.
I'll take Justin.
I'm sorry, I don't know what Jessica Biel's butt
Oh.
How
looks
can
like.
you not know that?
She's known for her butt.
Have you ever been declined? Have you ever been declined?
right.
When I say this, guys, I haven't told you what this is yet because I wanted to get just an instant, untainted reaction. If I say to you, have you ever been declined? Roxanne, what do you think I'm talking about?
Declined admission into a sorority.
Do I need to give you the little think music here?
Yes.
All right, so your guess is ever been declined into a sorority. Oh, son of a... Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
That sorority girl just got arrested.
Just scared the crap out of myself. All right. That is incorrect. No. All right, let me stop it. Fester, if I say, have you ever been declined, what pops into your mind?
Like by a date or by somebody maybe you want to go out with or get to know better?
That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. But no. What was that, Frog?
I was going to say a carnival ride, Professor, right? Declined.
You know what?
It's almost like your fat jokes are becoming less and less funny with you.
Well, they allowed you on that tower ride in Orlando?
Probably not. They shouldn't have.
Yeah, they shouldn't allow that other kid on, too. Did you see that? Did you see that allegedly? Are you thanking Froggy?
I'm thanking him for getting you off track
But
now.
no, real quick here, before I go back to getting declined, that kid should have been declined. He should not have been allowed on that ride. But did you see that allegedly that the Icon amusement, whatever that place is in Orlando,
Can you stop the ticking music while you're talking?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going insane.
Yes,
I'm not.
Yes, okay, I'm stopping the
All right,
music.
thank you.
But did you see that they had 2 seats that were modified for fat people?
That is common on rides?
Well, they had 2 seats, seat number 1 and seat number 2, where they broke like the rules. They broke the protocol from the manufacturer allegedly, where they had jury rigged 2 seats where the bar did not close all the way down in order to have heavy big people sit in the seats. And with the kid that flew off that ride in Orlando, I've seen different weights, but one of the weights I saw that he was 360 and that the maximum weight was 250. That is massive.
On a machine that size, 100 pounds doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
He was just so big.
It's the enclosure. The bar couldn't close around him, and allegedly they had 2 seats where they were like they called them the fat people seats.
All right, so let me tell you a fat person secret.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I got to get back to
we'll get back to
declined.
Decline.
Yeah.
Speaking of being declined, I've been declined from roller coasters before because they didn't have the fat seat. But when a bigger guy goes to a roller coaster, he knows to ask the person, okay, where's the big boy seats?
Well, hang on a minute. I've never known there was a...
You are not a member of the club. You are not a part of our tribe.
Hold on. Coop used to work at Busch Gardens.
Yeah, I was a former ride operator, and
You
Fester's
have done
right.
everything.
Yeah, but Fester's right. Some rides do have larger seats. Some rides don't.
Yeah, I think like the cheetah hunt ride in Busch Gardens, which is my favorite.
All right, so what
has one?
I think Shikra does too.
So, Coop, what ride did you operate that you knew that there was a fat seat?
Well, I operated rides that didn't have them, so I operated Falcon's Fury.
Did you have to turn people away for being too large?
Yeah, some people I'd be like, hey, it's all for safety. Like, we have to, unfortunately, we can't let you on the ride. And a lot of people
that's
understood.
So rude.
But a lot of, like, as uncomfortable as it sounds, like, they know that you're not allowed to do that. Like, it's for your safety.
Well,
and obviously,
guess what? In the future, all you gotta do is whip out your cell phone and show the video of that kid flying off that Orlando ride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you go to a roller coaster or an amusement park ride, a lot of times they'll have 1 or 2 seats for bigger people.
All right, you're incorrect. So we took a little diversion there.
Okay.
As far as being declined. No, it's not being declined from a roller coaster. Froggy, would you like to take a guess? When I say, have you ever been declined? Oh, it's back.
How about
Now, do you prefer this from the $20,000 pyramid, or do you prefer this
B.
from Match Game 76?
I prefer this one.
this is a little more pleasant on the ears, I think.
Oh, you think so?
And I like the porn style. Yeah.
All right, so Froggy, when I say have you ever been declined, what do you think I'm talking about?
A credit card? A woman?
Hold on, what was your first answer?
A woman?
No, your first answer.
A credit card?
Yes. Go,
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. Have you ever been declined credit card wise? All right, Roxanne, have you ever...
Absolutely.
You've been declined?
Yes,
Really?
for sure.
You,
for sure.
What happened?
I mean, a couple different scenarios. One is I thought I lost my credit card.
What happened?
I got a new one. I can't do this. Don't do that to me again. I can't think and talk. I have auditory, what's the word? Auditory ADD, and if there are other sounds going on, it really throws me off.
That's good for
Okay.
radio.
Wait.
Isn't it?
When I play this,
What happened?
that throws you
Not
off?
that.
it's the
No,
dun,
the
The guessing game show bed music.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that.
Okay, I'll shut it off. All right.
So, anyways, the one time I got declined was because I had 2 credit cards of the same company and I gave them the wrong one that was no longer working. So that was no big deal.
Why was that card no longer working? Was it maxed out? Did you stiff them? What happened?
No,
They suing you?
I thought I lost.
Did in the lawsuit? Did they get their money back from you? All right, go ahead.
I thought I lost it. I did not lose it. So when I found it, I was like a ding dong. I was carrying the 2 of them around at the same time.
Oh, gotcha.
I became the wrong one. But in other times, if you're traveling, they don't believe you're in the Bahamas and your
the fraud detection kicks in.
So a couple of times I've been declined.
Those are not really like they
don't pay your bills.
They shut you exactly. Fester, have you ever been declined credit card wise?
Yeah, back in the day, I think my debit card got bounced a few times.
Why is that?
Ooh.
Like zero. Yeah. Was it a debit card?
Yeah. Well, I don't carry credit cards.
Trying to buy like a $500 TV at Best Buy and there's no money in your account. Is that it?
I'm a longtime believer that credit cards are the devil. So I do not carry credit cards.
Gotcha. Froggy, you ever been declined? I mean, the reason why I'm asking this is they've got a funny credit card. Is it declination? What is the proper tense there?
What?
I'll go with that.
Declined. I've got a funny story. Froggy, ever happened to you?
Sure, when I was younger,
when you were grossly irresponsible. Now you're just irresponsible. Back then you were grossly responsible.
Do you know where my credit card got denied?
Where did your credit card get declined?
At the old Pop and Sons Diner.
Oh, on Dale Mabry.
On Dale Mabry.
Is that next to like Moms?
Yeah.
Moms and yeah.
Back in the day, that was a big
next to like Jerry's Van Rentals.
Yeah.
Whatever that place is.
I went to Pop and Sons cafe or diner.
Yeah, it's just up from the stadium.
I get the 2 eggs and scrapple breakfast.
Wait, your card got turned down for like $6.95?
First of all, it was like $8.24, and it got declined.
Great.
And the woman just looks up at me and shakes her head no. And I had to go get the money.
Oh, man.
Right? I had to go get the money.
Yeah.
And she...
Did she watch you out in the parking lot?
No, I had to leave the place to go to my bank to get the money. I didn't come back for an hour, and she made me give her my shoe.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
She goes, listen.
What are you in 3rd grade?
No, she goes, hey, now we can call the law.
The law.
Or I trust you seem trustworthy. I think you're going to come back. Leave me your shoe.
Are you serious?
And I walked out of
that was at Pop and Sons?
I walked out of the Pop and Sons diner with 1 shoe.
I think that must be a move.
Went home, got $10.
Hold on to that thought. I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about credit cards being declined. Let me give you this hour's special MJ Money Machine word. The 8 o'clock word is super, S-U-P-E-R. This hour's word is super, S-U-P-E-R. Texted nationwide to 45911 before 8:15, before quarter after, for a shot at $500 cash. Or if you enter it on the Q105 app, you could win an extra $10,000 here on Q105. Good luck. The reason why I'm asking about credit cards and have you ever been declined, and you know what? I've never had that happen. I've never had. I've gotten fraud alerts. I know that I was in New York City one time, and I get a call. Yes, are you getting gas in Orlando, Florida right now? I'm like, no, I'm on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Well, your card has just been used to buy gas at a Shell station in Orlando. I'm like, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And then I also had my card was used at like a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree or something in Brooklyn, New York for $658 or $800. I'm like, what?
That's a lot of stuff.
You bought the whole store out. Somebody cleaned the place out. You spent $800 at a dollar store. My God.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. Hey, Coop, do you even have a credit card?
I did, but I
got declined.
I've got declined a couple times, and then I just ended up cutting it up because I kept maxing it out, and I was being very irresponsible. Last time I got declined, actually, this is a debit card situation. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I got declined like 2 days ago at Burger King.
What?
Do you want me to help you make a budget?
No, it's fine. I would take a free budget.
Why do you chime right in on this?
She didn't say free.
I was waiting to. I didn't know where this was going.
Well, I'm going to tell you where it's going because I really haven't told anyone where it's going yet. It's going because I thought this was hysterical. Jessica Simpson had her credit card declined recently at a Taco Bell.
Isn't she a billionaire?
Yes. I mean, I think pretty close. I mean, her brand she's got $1 billion brand. I don't know if she's personally worth $1 billion, but Jessica Simpson shouldn't be hurting for money at all.
Especially the Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, Jessica Simpson was declined. Her credit card was not accepted.
Did it let that bell sound off when it went down?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. You've been declined.
When you get declined, you'll hear this. When you make a run for the border for a chalupa, you hear that.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You cannot have your Nacho Bell Grande and Mountain Dew.
Should we go to phones and ask our listeners the most embarrassing situation where your credit card was declined? And, I've seen people where they get declined, and I've seen this like at the grocery store. Cards decline, or Walmart or Target. I've seen this numerous times. And then they start whipping out card after card. Try this one.
Or you know what?
Yeah, try this one. Oh, wait, no. Try this one.
You know, it's super embarrassing if you're out to dinner with a group of people and then you're like, I got this, and you make a big stink about you want to pick up the tab.
Oh, and then it gets declined. Oh, my God. All right, let's go to phones. They're already ringing. Do you have a really embarrassing situation where you had a credit card declined? And are you one of the people that I've been behind at Target where you have 38 credit cards and you keep trying them until one works?
So there's two kinds of people. Two kinds of people get declined. Yeah. One, the person who knows that they were probably going to get declined,
right,
and they have second, third, fourth ready to go.
Yeah.
And then there's the other super defensive people. Run it again.
Oh, there's something wrong with this. No, your machine's broken. This is not my fault. This is your fault.
I've got thousands of dollars in that account.
I haven't even given out the phone number, and every line is ringing here. I need embarrassing credit card declined stories. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you've got a really embarrassing situation where you were declined with your credit card. All right. Jesus is in Texas. Look at that. Eagle Pass. Hello, Jesus. You're on the MJ Morning Show. What happened?
All right, MJ. Okay, I own my own semi, and they're very expensive to maintain. So I was getting my
Well, listen, you're paying $5 plus a gallon for diesel right now.
Oh, yeah. And I was getting the oil change, and I had a few things got done. So the total came up to about $1,000 with everything I got done. So I went to go pay, and in front of a lot of people, this lady said, your card is declined.
Oh, man. In front of all these people. And they're suddenly they're thinking the worst. Look at this deadbeat. What is he, is he all backed up on child support as well and all kinds of stuff?
Probably.
Hey, Sus, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Man, look at the phones. Hold on. Did I just hang up on somebody?
I think we did.
Yeah, hang on. Did I just hang up on? Yeah, I just hung up on somebody. I'm sorry.
All right, line.
Whoever I just hung up on, I apologize. Paul is in Apollo Beach. Paul, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Do you have an embarrassing credit card situation where you declined?
Oh, yes, indeed, MJ. I took my wife that I've been married now for 18 years, but I took her and her whole family. I'm talking about 13 folks. Going to that China buffet that they had in Brandon.
Oh, I love that place.
Like the Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
What was the name of that one?
Yeah, whipping my credit card. I got it. I'm the new kid on the block. That thing got so declined that I think it caught on fire on the table. Her whole family kept on looking at me and kept on looking at her. And I heard you say something because I kept on whipping out like all their credit cards, and I'm like, I don't have no money on the other credit cards. I only have money on this one. Well, embarrassment to the expert level.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
The family ultimately forgave you. You married the woman, right?
Yeah, can you imagine you're out on a date and you're trying to impress somebody and then you're declined in spectacular fashion in front of everybody. I've seen people like pulled aside by servers. So a lot of times in a restaurant, I've seen credit cards declined. Listen, if you're in a busy restaurant, it's going to happen. I've seen where people are pulled aside. Like the server will go up to the person that gave them the credit card and kind of, sir, can I? And they'll take somebody away. And you got to assume it must be like a declined credit card and they don't want to say it. I would imagine as a server, the worst thing you can do, and listen, do we have any servers listening? If you're a restaurant server, I'm sure you get declined credit cards all the time. Now, are you a server that says it in front of everyone at the table? Sorry, sir, this card is not working. You've been declined. or do you politely pull them away? That's a whole other angle here.
I would just write it somewhere.
800-990-1047. If you're a server, how do you deal with a customer whose credit card is declined in the restaurant? 800-990-1047. So, Paul, anything else, buddy?
Well, like I said again, it was an epic embarrassment.
Wow.
13 family members. And here I'm thinking, by the way, back then I was in active duty military. And of course, they're like, oh, he got it. Oh, he got it. Well, what happened was someone said on your radio show something to the fact that, run it again. Run it again. Well, guess what? When you run it in my bank, if you run it 3 times, they'll block it. So not only got declined, but he got blocked after.
Oh, my God. All right. Sorry to hear it, buddy. Thanks for the call.
MJ, I've once been to a restaurant, maybe it's like 4 or 5 years ago, where the server thought he was a comedian.
Yeah.
And he'd come back and was, here's your card. It was declined. And then
but it really wasn't?
But he'd let you hang for like 4 or 5 seconds. And I was watching him do it to other tables.
Oh.
And I knew.
Oh, so he's telling everyone your card's declined?
Here's your card.
Oh, my God.
That's his
funny.
last icebreaker. He
Like
comes
a
to
doctor
me.
who tells you are positive for COVID.
Oh,
real funny.
The guy that told me, the doctor that told me before the Egypt trip when I had to do a PCR test, and folks, this was hysterical. So right before I went to Egypt back in March, I had to go to get a PCR test for COVID, and the doc pulls me in after my test. The nurse says, the doctor would like to see you. And they pull me into a room, and the doctor says, you've tested positive for COVID. I'm like, what? And I'm leaving for Egypt like the next day. And I need a negative PCR. And then he lets me stew for a minute and said, just kidding.
What a comic.
He's like, I love you. I love your radio shows. I've been listening for years. You've pranked people for years. I thought I'd prank you. I thought it was great. I really did. That was the first time that I've been gotten like that in a long, long time. So, Dr. Doom, thank you.
Got me.
All right. Heather is in Apollo Beach. Hey, Heather, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Heather. What happened?
So I usually tell people, hey, listen, we've had issues with our credit card readers.
No, so you're a server, right?
So
you're a server. All right. So when people get declined, you tell them what?
I tell them that we've had issues with our credit card machine today, and if they have another card that I could try because the first one didn't go through.
Ah. Now, have you ever pulled somebody aside and not said that in front of the whole table?
No, because I don't make it seem like it's declined. I just let them know it's our system that there's an issue.
Yep.
So then other people at the table have been like, oh, I have a credit card. Just try mine.
Gotcha. And how many times, as a server, are you currently working as a server?
I am, yes.
What type of place?
It's like a family restaurant.
And how often do you get a credit card decline, like every day, every shift, or how often does it happen?
I'm going to say probably about 3 times a week.
Wow.
I work 5 days a week, so
Gotcha.
it's common.
All right, Heather, how have the tips been lately?
The area that I work in, they're always really good.
Excellent. Heather, thanks for listening and thanks for calling in.
I've listened to you since I was a kid, so thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Awesome, Heather. Thank you very much. Robin is in Sun City. Robin, MJ Morning Show. Are you a server?
I'm not a server, but I did get my card declined a few times, actually.
Now, why is your credit card getting declined?
Because Wells Fargo is so on top of things that they decide every time I have a big purchase, it should be fraudulent, so they block my card immediately.
Jeez. Now, what is considered a big purchase? Give me an idea of something you bought and you got declined because it was a big purchase.
Well, it's never been just one item. That's the embarrassing thing. I used to Black Friday, and I got my whole cart full of stuff. I rang it all up, and then I go pay. It was $700 and something, and I get declined. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, why would I be declined? And sure enough, I had to stand there, go call Wells Fargo, complain to them about unblocking my card.
Yep.
And they were like, well, we thought it was fraudulent because it was like $700 and something. I'm like, I don't care. Don't embarrass me this way.
Yeah.
So it's been a struggle with them every single time.
Yeah, Wells Fargo's had a lot of problems over the years.
Oh, gosh. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing, though. It's like so embarrassing. And it's always in front of a crowd of people that I get my card declined.
Robin, thanks for the call. Kevin is in the Villages. Hold on, I got the jingle ready. Kevin is calling from
Florida's friendliest hometown.
Hey, Hey, Kevin, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how's it going? I actually work for the Village's Sun. I'm pulling back in with a truck.
Oh, really? You? Wow. All right, go ahead. What type of decline story do you have?
I was a server years ago back in Columbus, Ohio, and the Ohio State defensive coordinator had a bunch of his players in. They ate a ton of food, and his credit card got declined.
The Ohio State defensive coordinator's card got turned down in Columbus?
Back in the late 80s, yeah.
What'd they do? Did they run?
No, I couldn't have stopped them if they did, as big as they were. But I wrote him a note that the credit card didn't work, and he.
Oh, so you slipped a note instead of verbally making it awkward.
Oh, I know. My dad worked at Ohio State at the time, and he was the in charge of the faculty locker room, so he knew this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy knew who I was.
Uh-huh.
So I'd have been in huge trouble if I'd embarrassed him.
Wow. Thanks for the call. That's funny. Nicole is in Tampa. We're talking about embarrassing situations where your credit card got declined because Jessica Simpson recently had her credit card declined at Taco Bell.
How much did she order?
I'll
take the whole
I'll
menu.
take the whole walk-in.
Give it all to me.
You can buy a bunch for like $3.
Nicole's in Tampa. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are well. So you have a declined credit card story?
Yeah, so I used to be a bartender in Nashville, right on Broadway, that main strip, and we would have people whose cards would decline.
Hey, I'm about to decline your phone. Can you get closer to it?
Oh.
Take us off speaker
Yeah,
or Bluetooth?
you're far away, it sounds.
So I used to be a bartender in Nashville,
Yep.
And we used to have cards decline all the time, mostly because people would be like from out of town and they're racking up this giant bill that they weren't expecting. Because like the average bill there is like $200-$300.
All right, now hold on. In Nashville, have you had anybody famous like Travis Tritt or Conway Twitty come and get their card declined?
We didn't have anyone like that actually was famous get their card declined, but we had this like pair of 17-year-old influencers come in. That $2 grand.
What? Influencers? $2,000 for? Oh yeah, I'm an influencer.
And they thought that we were going to give them like a discount because they were these big influencers.
Oh yeah, I'm an influencer. Give me a discount.
I have more followers than they do.
Yeah, wow. How about the guy that sang?
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that bourbon, sure you stay with the Oreo shake.
That'd be funny if that guy's credit card was declined at Applebee's.
Well, Applebee's is a really special night out for him if you know the song.
I know.
Usually takes her to Wendy's.
Yeah, you know, if his card was declined on date night at Applebee's, that'd be hysterical. Hey, Nicole, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening. Eddie is in Brandon. I'm going to take 2 more calls, and that's it. I got to move on. Eddie's in Brandon. Hi, what happened, Eddie? What happened with your credit card?
Well, we were in line for Christmas in Best Buy with a bunch of electronics and a 70-inch TV, and I forgot that I had set a limit on my credit card for for anything over $500.
Oh.
And here we are in line. We go to pay, and the guy says, "Oh, your card's been declined."
Uh-oh.
I'm like, and Best Buy at Christmas time was packed.
Oh yeah.
This was, I believe it was Good Friday, as a matter of, Good Friday, Black Friday, sorry. And I'm like, run it again. That's impossible. It's a $10,000 credit limit on that. So, I had to change a card, and the one that I had was also declined. I'm like, wait a minute. But then I get an alert on my phone saying, hey, somebody's trying to buy, $2,500 worth of items on your card. Is this you? And I had to hit yes. And
yeah, that's right.
Fortunately, it went through, and we wound up in. It was
I've had that happen where I'll get a text alert. Was this you? I'll even have the phone ring, like from the fraud department.
Yeah.
I've had that happen a few times. Hey, Eddie, thanks for the call. And I guess everything worked out for Christmas, right?
Yes, it did.
Oh, it's a happy story. It's like, Clark Griswold finally getting the Christmas lights to work. It's a heartwarming story. Or the Christmas bonus finally coming in.
Get in the pool.
After kidnapping the boss, at gunpoint. All right, so final call here. Bonnie's in Tampa, and then we'll wrap up the embarrassing credit card decline stories. Bonnie, Tampa, MJ Morning Show, you're on. Hi.
Good morning. I used to work at AJ Catfish on Himes Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And I waited on Hugh Culverhouse and there was 2 other couples, and his credit card was declined.
Whoa! The
owner of the Bucks?
The former owner of the Buccaneers, of course, the Culverhouse family, they sold the Bucks to the Glazers. Hugh Culverhouse's credit card was declined?
Yes, sir. It was. I ran it twice. Then I kind of called it to the side. Well, of course, somebody in the crowd knew what was going on, so somebody else volunteered to pay. But it was so embarrassing. It was embarrassing for me, as much less him too. But
Well, did he produce another card, or what happened?
he tried another card. It didn't work either.
Oh my gosh, who was he dining with? The McKays?
Yeah, somebody else ended up paying for it.
Oh my God! What was this guy, destitute?
Somebody get Vinny Testaverde on the line and tell him I need a couple of dollars.
My God, that is what year was this, Bonnie?
It was probably about 30 years ago.
Unbelievable.
It was a long time ago.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Bonnie. Thanks for checking in.
That's funny.
Have a great day.
You too. Yeah, Coop.
I'm also pretty sure my roommate got his credit card declined at a strip club.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing.
Kind of revealing. Let's everybody know.
His dollar bills were declined. They were counterfeit. Yeah. Yeah, Rox.
Jay, I have an announcement I want to make about the text line.
Yes.
You asked a question earlier about the billboards.
Yes.
And I can't even begin to
But,
respond to everybody who responded.
You took little snaps for me?
I took snaps.
Okay.
But I just want to tell all those people, because a lot of those people are reaching out for the first time. And I love to hit up first-time texters to let them know we like to have conversations. I can't do it today.
So I asked the question earlier, if you've seen our new billboards all over the Tampa Bay area, the MJ Morning Show billboards, MJ Morning Show is back, we're back. If you've seen our billboards recently, is this the first time that you found out that we're back? So did you see our billboard, and that's the first that you knew that we were back on the air with the MJ Morning Show, that we've returned? And I just asked folks to email me, mj@mjmorningshow.com, or to text us 800-990-1047. I just want to hear from people that just found out that we're back on the air on Q105, 104.7 FM because you saw a billboard. So if that happened, just send me an email. I'm just trying to do some market research here. mj@mjmorningshow.com, or you can text us 800-990-1047 if you just found out we're back on the air because of the MJ Morning Show billboards that you're seeing as you drive around town. That's what I'm asking. So are you getting a lot of those?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks. But
Thousands?
Can't get back.
Tens of thousands?
Pretty much.
Millions?
Gajillions.
Gajillions. Well, you probably heard by now the breaking news from yesterday afternoon. That Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, tested positive for COVID. Just another example, that Omicron variant is very contagious. I know numerous people that just tested positive as well.
Is it less intense?
Yeah, you know what the deal is that the symptoms, and it's not knocking people on their butts as much, that a lot of people have extremely mild symptoms, or some people have no symptoms at all. This Omicron, most likely this BA.2 variant, is extremely contagious. You can get it like that, but people are recovering quickly, or they're not having a tough round with it. Like my parents got it. Remember, I told you a couple of weeks ago, my mom and dad, they went to a wedding in Richmond, Virginia, and then they come back and they're coughing and hacking.
I don't feel good.
And then, we got a cold up there. I said, Mom, you didn't get a cold. You and Dad got COVID. No, we didn't, Todd.
How did you know?
No, we didn't get COVID. I'm like, Mom, you guys got COVID, because their symptoms were exactly the same as other people that I know were experiencing. So I said, you've got the free government test. Go take your COVID dealie. So they take the test, and Todd, you were right. We're both positive for COVID. Anyway, my dad was very mild. My dad will be 80, same age as Biden, essentially. My dad will be 80 in October. I think Biden turns 80 in November.
Oh, my gosh.
And my dad, he just had like sniffles and runny nose, and my dad was fine. He was out of it in a couple of days, and he tested negative after, I think, like 5 or 7 days. But my mom, she's still alive. My mom,
She survived the bout.
It knocked my mom on her butt. And, I mean, she didn't have to go to the hospital or anything, but it did affect her. And she still has like a nagging, hacking cough that's still bothering her. She's negative now, but she has some after effects. So Kamala Harris, the vice president, has tested positive for COVID-19. You know what happened? She went to the White House yesterday morning for a national security briefing with the president. And as protocol, entering the White House, she takes a rapid antigen test. The rapid test, that's where you stick the swab up the nose, then you stick it in the reactive liquid, then you put the drops on the little tester card.
How quick is that? Is that like...
That's 10, 15 minutes.
They have to do that probably every day.
Yeah, they do. So the rapid antigen test, that's the quickie, the one that you get at the drugstore and you just do it yourself at home. She tested positive. So then after she tested positive on the rapid antigen, they then whip out the PCR test. And the White House totally has a PCR testing machine, just like, you got a bunch of the labs around town that have the on-the-spot PCR testing. I've had PCR results for like my Egypt trip. I had those results back in 30 minutes.
I got to take one.
And then I got pranked. What do you have to take one for?
Bahamas.
You have to take
You have to. I don't know. I got to figure it
PCR
out.
or rapid antigen?
I have to figure it out.
Yeah. So Kamala Harris tests positive for the rapid antigen. So then they give her the PCR test, and then she tests positive again, and then they send her packing. They send her home.
Get out of here. Has anybody contacted the second gentleman?
Oh, I'm sure that the second gentleman, I'm sure that he's all frigged up with COVID as well.
I hope she wasn't there for the lightning visit.
That was the day before.
Oh, yeah. You know what? She wasn't. She wasn't because they said that Kamala Harris was not near Biden for like a week. And she went on the road to California. She was gone for like 5 days. I think after the Easter egg roll, she went to California and then came back. So she got it on the road in California is where she got the COVID.
Speedy recovery to the vice president.
Yeah. All right, I got some awkward stuff we got to talk about here. First of all, I'm looking at more pictures here of Al Pacino.
Yeah. Did he have any other characters besides that one?
Hoo-ah!
No,
same guy every move. Yabba dabba doo. Uh-oh. We got a moron here.
Moron.
Intelligence, of which you have none. Oh, how convenient. Ha! Yeah.
Did you only pull clips for this movie?
Hey, Coop, where did those come from?
What is it called? Scent of a Woman or something?
That's a really good movie.
I want to drive your Corvette.
A famous movie? What's that called? The Scent of... Like, you never heard of that?
I've never heard of it.
All right.
What?
I smell your B.O. I'm blind.
All right.
Yeah.
What year do you think Scent of a Woman came out?
1987.
Okay, 1992.
Okay, I'm a little early.
Coop, what year were you born?
1997.
We got a moron here.
So, I mean, I got a moron here.
How do you not know who Pacino is? Huh?
We should play that before every Morons in the News segment.
We got a moron here.
Yeah. Let's not go crazy.
Leave that up on my button bar.
Oh, gosh.
We got a moron here.
I don't know that we need audio drops from 30 years ago.
I like it.
That's a great drop, though. All right. Al Pacino was just pictured celebrating his 82nd birthday with his 28-year-old girlfriend. Now, we've talked about her before. This is just, come on.
Yeah.
82nd birthday. So he's 82, she's 28. You flip 28, you get 82. All right. Seriously. I mean, what is she doing? What would a 28-year-old have any interest in an 82-year-old guy? Al Pacino hit the town to celebrate his 82nd birthday with Noor Al-Fala, his 28-year-old girlfriend.
Do you think they do it?
In West Hollywood. Roxanne, you really got to go there.
You know what she's doing?
Are you envisioning? Well, yes, Coop, what?
She's planning for the future because when
Seriously.
he goes, she's getting all of that money. All of that Scent of a Woman money.
She doesn't even need all of it. I mean, think about it. She dates him for a couple of years. Al Pacino could go any day now and nobody will really be surprised.
Did Al Pacino have money troubles or was that Robert De Niro?
It was Robert De Niro.
I never have money troubles. Look at my expensive wig.
Look at all the cocaine I kept from the set of Scarface.
Yeah.
But come on. Are you really thinking about if they do it? Is that's all?
That's what everybody in this room is thinking about. I just asked the question.
Luca Brasi holds my colostomy bag while we do it. Yeah.
So that's what you have running through your head is Al Pacino and the 28-year-old having sex.
That's why
Is that
that's why
that's
you're
what's
making
running?
a big deal about it. That's what the because
Apollonia,
that's
get away
weird
from
to
the car.
picture.
Do you mind if I speak to you in Italian?
I'll be right back. Boom, boom, boom.
That's just weird. 28 years old.
And why is it weird?
How many times
Because
does
you're
28?
picturing them
How many
doing
times does 28 go into 82?
Oh, I get it.
28 goes.
Hoo-ah.
That joke's funnier the other way around, but I'm not going to comment any further.
Yeah, it is. All right. So I have an update on the.
Or is it?
It is.
Michael Corleone, show some respect.
I have an update on the Arby's story, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the earlier story we had this week regarding Arby's?
That there was an oil throwage?
Yeah, so what do you remember from the Arby's story?
All right. I remembered you played the "We've got the meats" drop like
Arby's, we have the meats.
Yeah, you played that like 20 times. And then you told us a story about how it was a confrontation through the drive-thru and the employee took a cup or a vat of hot oil and threw it at the guy.
A woman, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a woman.
We have an update. Yes, that is correct. There was an altercation at an Arby's in Hueyville, Alabama. And it turns out that the manager threw the hot. It wasn't a regular employee. It was the manager. I'm sorry, it's Hueytown. I said Hueyville. It was Hueytown, Alabama. The manager of the Arby's got into a fight with a drive-through customer and threw hot grease on the customer. We have numerous updates here. First of all, the manager's name is Shay Denise Peoples. She's not a real people's person. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
That's number one. I've been waiting to say that since last night.
That's a good joke.
All right, so she's not a real people's person. She's 50 years old, and she's now been sued. This happened on Saturday. A lawsuit was filed on Monday afternoon.
How long do you have to wait on an
Well, you don't have to wait at all.
an oil
But-
chuckage?
There you go.
Listen to this. The actions of an Alabama Arby's manager accused of throwing hot grease on a drive-through customer are shocking and outrageous, according to the victim's attorneys, who filed a lawsuit against the manager and Arby's. I know they've got the meats, but I hope they have the money.
You know where she's going?
Where?
People's Court.
Coop! Yes! You know what? She ought to take her case to the People's Court. Hi, everybody. I'm Doug Llewellyn. That's right. Before Judge Wapner. Her name is Shay Denise Peoples. She belongs in the People's Court. And the litigants are entering the courtroom right now. Oh, I need the typewriter.
I know.
Oh, Fester, where's that typewriter?
No, literally, the real typewriter. Didn't we use a real one?
Yes.
It's a real typewriter,
So,
electric typewriter.
Back in the day on the old MJ Morning Show, we had an old IBM Selectric typewriter. So whenever we did this, Fester literally put his microphone on the typewriter and went...
It was just there for that.
It's not the same with a keyboard.
with the words across the screen.
You gotta go to YouTube and find something.
Oh, the People's Court. That's good. That was good. All right.
Watch that episode.
All right, so here's the deal. You can turn it off now. All right. So the lawsuit was filed on Monday afternoon in Jefferson County Circuit Court, just 48 hours after police said the 50-year-old manager of the Hueytown Arby's seriously injured a customer by dousing her with hot grease. We're shocked by the situation, said attorney Ryan Cannon of the Morris Bart and Associates law firm. Certainly, the conduct was very outrageous. We want to bring those responsible to justice. Peoples was booked into the Jefferson County, Alabama court, into the jail, rather, at 3:03 p.m. on Monday and released at 7:44 p.m. She posted a $30,000 bond. Typically, what, 10%? What, $3,000 cash probably put down? Yeah, Peoples did not immediately respond to a request for comment from AL.com. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of the victim, Jamira Hairston, a wife and mother. Suffered second-degree burns, remains at the UAB hospital in Birmingham.
Oh, that's so sad.
She's doing okay. She's obviously going to need more treatment, according to the lawyer. The pictures themselves are horrific. That's a quote from the lawyer. The incident happened about 3:15 p.m. on Saturday at the Arby's on the corner of Allison Bonnet Memorial Drive and Forest Road. What is that? Is that?
I'm transcribing.
Is that you?
I don't know. I found old typewriter sounds. Yeah.
Oh, on your cell phone?
Yeah.
So she gets hit with the oil. Officers responded to the restaurant on a report of an altercation, and they arrived to find the drive-thru customer suffering from burns. The police chief said that the two women got into a verbal dispute over the service in the drive-thru, but didn't elaborate. What the hell happened regarding the service that the manager chucks a cup of hot grease from the French fry machine on the customer through the drive-thru window into her window of her car? By the way, her injuries, burns to her neck, left arm, and her back.
Yeah.
The Hueytown Fire and Rescue, they provided medical treatment and then transported her to UAB Hospital. Her two children were in the vehicle as well. They were luckily not injured. The grease left a scorch mark on the brick below the drive-thru window. Jeez. How much oil did she chuck at this woman?
A cup full.
All right, I'm looking at the mugshot of Ms. Peoples.
Yes.
In her Arby's employee shirt.
She's got her Arby's manager shirt on. Can you see her name tag?
I got to expand it a little bit, but man, how awful is that?
You know, she's been planning that. She's like, one day I'm just going to, I know what I'm going to do when somebody pisses me off. I'm going to take a cup of grease. I'm going to throw it in their face.
Now.
My exit act is going to be to throw hot oil on someone?
The next sumbitch that asks me if there's real horse in the horse's sauce, I'm just going to throw a vat of oil at him.
This is crazy. The suit, in part, claims negligence on the part of Arby's in terms of adequate safety and training programs. What? They need a training program that says don't throw hot French fry oil on customers?
Apparently they do.
Don't they have that in the safety video when you first start working there?
Apparently not, because that's part of the lawsuit.
Hi, welcome to your exciting career with Arby's. We're glad you're with us. Rule number 1, don't throw oil on the customers.
It alleges the company's failure to properly train, monitor, hire, and supervise, failure to remedy a known danger, and failure to allow employees sufficient bereavement time, among many complaints. This is all in the lawsuit. We've had other people that have called and had the same issues, the same complaints, though obviously not the same action. So I guess people have called the lawyer saying, hey, by the way, heard about the lawsuit. I've had very similar problems at that Arby's, but I didn't get hot oil thrown on me. I wonder if this is a corporate-owned store, if this is a franchise.
This lawyer's looking for like an Arby's class action suit against Ms. Peoples.
My God, we've got the settlement.
Arby's, we have the meat.
We got a loose cannon working at that place.
That's well, Cannon's the name of one of the lawyers.
Really?
Yeah. The lawyer who's speaking, his name is Cannon. Yeah, it's Ryan Cannon.
Yeah.
Dealing with the loose cannon. With the French fry
the
grease.
non-people person.
That is, the non-people's person. Man, this is crazy stuff. So that's the update. But filing a lawsuit like 2 days after the incident, that's a pretty speedy legal action right there.
She's still in the hospital.
Oh, she is. Man, what a terrible, terrible story. I wish Miss Hairston a quick recovery. And you know what? Shay Denise Peoples from Arby's, you're going to never work fast food in this town again.
Or anywhere.
No, she might have to leave the state. She might have to leave Alabama. Hey, you want to hear awkward? Back to some celebrity stuff. The audio has been released. Video's been released regarding the Alec Baldwin incident on the movie set back in October where, what was her name? Helena Hutchins. Helena Hutchins. She was the cinematographer that was shot and killed by Alec Baldwin. And they're releasing all kinds of video. We're pulling audio from this. First, the Rust Armorer. The name of the movie was Rust. And remember, the Armorer is Hannah Gutierrez. And she's this young woman with all kinds of like spiked and colored hair. But her father is like a well-known Hollywood armorer. And she thought she was going to pick up and have a massive career in Hollywood and probably completely take over for her father.
And here, the irony being her father was so successful,
yeah,
but yet nobody heard of the term armorer until his daughter got in the business.
Well, guess what? She's not going to follow in her father's footsteps. I believe she's done. She's over. Her career is finished as a Hollywood movie prop armorer. And this is some awkward audio. As this is crazy. You want to hear this? So she's being interviewed by the police. And keep in mind, I want you to listen to this. Listen to what she said during the interview with the cops.
Is there like a closer cop car you guys can put me in or something?
I mean, the closest one that I can put you in is one of the ones that's like the unmarked one.
I just kind of wish that any of my coworkers could stop seeing me because I already feel super bad.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel super bad. Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
You've got the movie, the cinematographer is no longer with us.
I just want to get the out of here and never show my face in this industry ever.
Well, I wouldn't.
She's like, I want to get the bleep out of here. Listen to this.
Say that.
Oh, I would. I'm like the only female armorer in the game, and I just up my whole entire career.
I'm the only female armorer in the game, and I just bleeped up my entire career.
I'm pretty selfish.
Yes, that's all you're thinking about?
Yeah.
The cinematographer, the woman, Helena Hutchins, is dead. And you're just thinking about what, effing up your entire career?
I imagine there were a lot of emotions going through everybody's minds.
So this is pretty much an admission of guilt.
Or it was at least her responsibility to, or she's the one that's going to get pinned with not making sure the weapon was secure.
Yeah, Coop.
Well, what I'm confused about is the whole timeline of everything. Like, did they know that she had died? Because apparently she got airlifted to a hospital. So it's like, when did they know that she, what's her name, Helena Hutchins? Like, when did they know that she died?
I'm guessing when she wasn't breathing on the floor.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
inside that church set is what I'm thinking. But she's like, oh man, I've just bleeped up my entire career.
Have you studied armory, or did you go to classes, or how did you get into it?
My dad's one of the best armorers in the entire world, and he trained me, and I'm a failure.
So my dad's the best in the world. He trained me, and I'm a bleeping failure.
She looks like a kid. Like
you know what?
She was born in 97. What year were you born, Coop?
97.
Yeah.
That'd be like me being the armor,
Yeah,
dude, and I would not trust myself.
Yeah.
She looks irresponsible.
I don't even want you using Armor All on your tires.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, good.
All right.
That is just awkward and weird. Hey, the Alec Baldwin body cam footage from the cop, is any of this good? Should we, or is it hard to hear?
You know, I don't know how it's going to sound on the air. You can't hear him. I mean, we can always try, then I don't know if you guys will be able to.
What about the interrogation audio is better?
The interrogation audio is good.
All right, so let me hear some of the body cam. This is a police officer talking to Alec Baldwin. Again, this was just released.
How's it going, sir? So my understanding, you were in the room when someone was shot?
Holding the gun, yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
What do you need?
Well, I know your name, so
Okay.
it's
Just call you back, okay?
Let me get with my lieutenant and see where we want you to hang out, okay?
Whatever you want to do.
Yes, sir. All right, give me just a second.
So that's Alec Baldwin, and you can hear him as the cop goes up to him as the police arrive on the scene after the shooting.
Does this give everybody anxiety listening to this, like knowing that all those people have just witnessed someone getting shot and
Yeah,
killed?
I see
I can't even listen to it because it makes me
Do you want me to stop
stressed out.
playing it?
You need to
I mean,
desensitize
do
yourself
you need a
little bit.
Xanax?
I'm actually fine.
Do you need to leave the room? Not you, Fester. I'm talking about Roxanne. I'm not asking you if you need a Xanax.
I never felt better.
But this is why I'm in radio and I'm not a paramedic
Hold
or
on. Do
something.
you want to go outside with Froggy and self-medicate? Froggy's got a supply.
I mean, MJ, if you're passing out Xannies, I'll take one for later. But
I don't have Xannies.
I was just asking.
Fester, I got
I've never taken a Xanax in my life.
So, listen,
Yeah.
it's just amazing because everybody knows Alec Baldwin's voice.
Yeah, it's just
and
me.
I think he's being very direct. And he doesn't sound well in that exchange, and he seems to be cooperative. Whatever you want to do, what do you need? He wants to get right to the point and help move it along.
I can't understand anything in that one. Let me hear this one.
So hers appeared to went through her right underarm, and the exit point was on her back left shoulder blade. So.
Oh, and remember, the bullet went through the cinematographer, then hit the assistant director, I think. Or it hit the director. Was he the regular director?
2 people were injured.
Yeah, and no. One was killed, and then one was injured.
Right.
And then this is Alec Baldwin in the interrogation room at the police station.
Every time we've done this, I'm here to tell you to testify that every time we've done this, she's done it right. She cleaned the barrel, made sure nothing was lodged in there. We went hot when they were ready. You always announce, going hot. The crew gets ready. And then all of a sudden, you're the camera, and I shoot away from you. I sit there, I'm like, bang, 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 and flashes are coming out, and we shoot the rounds. She cleans the barrel every time, and she checks that the rounds are all cosmetic rounds, or nothing in the chamber for the rehearsal. She hands me the gun. I'm assuming she's done it the right way. She's done it the last 2 weeks. I put it in the holster. I pull it out slow. We're rehearsing. We're not filming anything. I pull it out slow, turn, cock the pistol, bang, it goes up, and she hits the ground.
Oh, my God.
And then he starts screaming. And I'm thinking, in a flash round, I could see maybe if there was wadding or there's some stuff like that that's hot, and maybe it hits you and burns you. They say sometimes that happens. But remember, we're rehearsing, so no one's protected. And you're assuming, as we've done every time, that it's a cold gun for the rehearsal.
Wow, so there's Alec Baldwin.
Now, have you seen the actual footage from on set?
I did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
They had the what?
Well, you don't see. You see just before it happens.
You see him pull out the gun, and then the camera falls back.
Right.
What? It's horrifying.
And one of the working theories, or one of the stories I've heard, is that the armor requested live rounds for a different movie set, and maybe that's how things got mixed up. But then the company that supplied the live said something like, you never use live rounds on a movie set, someone's going to end up crying. I mean, that's just weird and prescient, you know?
After hearing this Alec Baldwin audio, I think I feel more sympathetic to him in this whole situation. It sounds like he was just rehearsing.
Yeah, but this is before he put the blame on everybody else. Listen, I'm not responsible.
You know, they're saying that he's not out of the woods and he could be charged. I mean, something's going to happen here. We're going to get to the bottom of this. They're going to figure out why a live round was in that gun. I'm sure they're going to have a pretty good idea of what exactly happened.
If people are playing around at a house party and one guy accidentally shot another guy, would that guy get charged? Yes, he probably would.
Yeah, probably so.
Does that guy have an armorer?
Absolutely.
Alec Baldwin.
We got another passenger on an airplane behaving badly. What is going on? A first-class passenger. You know what? I don't think you're a first-class guy. A first-class passenger on Delta allegedly started ripping into a flight attendant with a homophobic diatribe against the flight attendant who refused to serve him more alcohol by calling him anti-gay slurs and hurling objects at him. Oh, my God. Christopher Alexander Morgan, acting like an organ, was flying back to his home in Phoenix from Atlanta. He was on Delta 2908. Allegedly became uncooperative with the flight attendants before the plane took off. He reclined his seat, which was 1D, that's 1 Delta. That'd be the first row and the window seat, all the way back, refused to put on his seatbelt, according to news outlets and the FBI affidavit. 2 flight attendants told him to bring his seat back to the upright position for takeoff, but he refused, became uncooperative, would not comply with instructions. He later ordered and received an alcoholic drink, but was angered when the flight attendant, cited as HD, offered him a non-alcoholic beverage when he ordered another one. Well, clearly the flight attendant recognized that this guy doesn't need, this guy's already loaded, doesn't need any more alcohol.
How about you work in some water or something, buddy?
Yeah, exactly. So Morgan called HD, the flight attendant, the F word and a queer, and threw a glass of ice at the flight attendant. When the passenger continued this behavior, another passenger who was sitting in seat 2G said something to Morgan. You know what? This was a wide body, so D might have been a middle seat. This was like a wide body, a heavy with 2 rows, 2 aisles rather.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So there you go.
Very
so
heavy.
2G. So another passenger in 2G said something to Morgan to de-escalate his display of aggression, and then he became angry with the passenger and held the glass he was holding up to the other passenger's face. What, puts the glass right in the This person, why did they just take him off the flight?
They're in the middle of the air.
No. But before takeoff, there were already problems. Before takeoff, he wouldn't put his seat back in the upright position.
I think sometimes these first-class passengers get away with a little bit more.
No, listen. The flight attendant then went to inform the captain about what was going on. According to the flight attendant, Morgan then got out of his seat, grabbed the telephone, little intercom phone. The flight attendant's trying to call the captain. This drunk passenger gets out of the seat, grabs the phone out of the flight attendant's hand while the flight attendant's trying to fill the captain into the cockpit what's going on, and then hits the flight attendant in the chest with the telephone.
Oh.
Starts, bam, 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 bam. Starts slamming the phone into the flight attendant's chest.
So, do they still have air marshals on a lot of these long flights?
Some do. It's you just don't know. You don't know which flight is going to have an air marshal. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Starts hitting the flight attendant with the phone. Yeah, passenger RO, that was the passenger in 2G, reports that he heard Morgan call HD a fag, and that he observed Morgan take the airplane phone from HD and then also throw it at him. Another cabin crew member guarded the cockpit door for the remainder of the flight out of security concerns. Morgan was arrested after the flight landed at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, charged with interference with a flight crew. A felony, carries a maximum of 20 years behind bars. Yeah, the suspect, who has admitted getting angry when denied another drink. Let's think another drink. What song is that?
Time to think.
Yeah, exactly. What's song? Dancing with myself. Dancing with my. Who sings that? Roxanne.
Duran.
Dancing with myself.
Sweat.
Do you have any idea the music that we play here on Q105, Roxanne?
Don't you do Sunday shifts on this station?
Come on.
Sure, of course, it's been 15 minutes, but yeah.
You don't know who sings Dancing with Myself?
David Bowie. I'm sorry.
David Bowie?
David Bowie.
No.
Same haircut.
Billy Idol.
Yes, it's Billy Idol.
All right.
My God, Roxanne. That is crazy. I gotta sink another drink.
So this guy could get 20 years?
Yeah, up to 20 years for his behavior. Morgan said that he's homophobic and that it is possible that he could have been intimidating the flight attendants.
Could have been intimidating.
So this is crazy. So now he's saying that he's homophobic. So after what? After he landed, he said he's homophobic. And he said that his homophobia may have caused his temper toward the flight attendant to escalate. And he admitted that he called HD a queer.
This is such a refreshing story.
This is nuts.
I'm really glad to hear this because it's the first angry airplane story I've heard in a long time with no mask incidents.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that. Like, they
so
still got angry.
To hear angry people
still
exist. Yeah, without the mask.
Right. And, man, did you hear Delta's going to change a policy for flight attendants? A lot of people don't know this. There is a policy with flight attendants in the whole industry.
Okay.
But Delta is going to change something about, do you know that flight attendants don't get paid when this happens? Flight attendants do not get paid when blank.
Weather canceled.
Hold on to that thought. Hang on. That's a teaser.
The music.
That is a teaser cliffhanger, and it's next. Don't move. We got an hour to go and a lot of ground to cover on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey. the flight attendants do not get paid while the passengers are boarding. Hey, they're working. It's really kind
Who
of
negotiated that in their union.
It has just been like that in the industry forever. That's just been the way flight attendants are paid. I mean, when you look at it, it doesn't make much sense. I mean, clearly they're working as you're loading, 150 people or more onto an airplane, or it could be less if it's a small commuter flight. But, I mean, you're working. You're helping people get to their seat. You're helping people with the luggage.
The baggage up, yeah.
Let me help you with that. I mean, they're working.
That might be their most heavy lifting part of what they do.
Well, sometimes they help with baggage. I mean, most of the time people are putting their own baggage in the rack, but I've seen the flight attendants step up.
Totally.
But the flight attendants, when you're boarding, they're doing that for free. They're not getting paid for that. It's just being a weird industry quirk. And Delta will now start paying the flight attendants during the boarding process and not when the door closes. And listen to this. Delta has narrowly fought off several attempts to unionize its flight attendants. They'll begin paying cabin crews during boarding. This will be the first for a major U.S. airline. And this change is expected to raise the wages of flight attendants by several $1,000s a year. USA Today says it's a notable change for U.S. airlines where pay for flight attendants starts when all the passengers are seated and the plane's doors close. That's when the clock starts ticking for the pay. When the door closes.
That's why they don't hold the door for anybody. Because we got to get paid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Somebody punch me in and let's get paid.
Yeah, that's crazy. Delta said the change is going to start on June 2nd on all flights. In a memo to flight attendants, the airline said the new pay further recognizes how important your role is on our flights.
That's funny that it's Delta, because you know what airport I have had the door slammed in my face most often and missed my flight?
Atlanta?
Yes.
Really? That's home
they don't
base.
Play. Yep.
That's home base for Delta. Yeah, so Delta's saying that in this memo that this will further recognize how important your role is on board to ensuring a welcoming, safe, and on-time start to each flight. The rate of pay during boarding is 50% of regular pay rates. Huh. But still, they're going to get paid for boarding when, in fact, they were doing that for free. That doesn't make much sense to me. That was what? That was charity?
So if a flight is delayed 2 hours, they don't get paid for 2 hours?
Hey, do we have any flight attendants listening right now? Are there any flight attendants listening to the show as we speak? All right, 800-990-1047. Any pilots? Any pilots or flight attendants listening right now? If you don't want to mention your airline, you don't have to. But I'd love to hear from a flight attendant or a pilot. And maybe you work for Delta, maybe you work for another airline. Is this going to force the other airlines, with Delta making this move, is this going to force the other airlines to start paying their flight attendants? All right, 800-990-1047. I don't know if we're going to have a flight attendant or a captain or a first officer, but if you're a pilot or a flight attendant, would love to hear from you. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 is the number here on the MJ Morning Show. 800-990-1047. All right, phones are ringing. Coop is screening calls. But I just thought that the flight attendants get paid while they're boarding people. They're working. They're clearly. The change comes as Delta also plans to increase the boarding time for single or narrow body planes from 35 minutes to 40 minutes. So they're going to increase the boarding time by 5 minutes before they actually are scheduled to push back.
Okay, we're getting a little of insight into this because this is a crew scheduler for pilots and flight attendants. The reason it's been like that is because the hours start due to they can only work a certain amount of hours or time. If they go over that, they need to replace them.
Can they call up? Can they call us? See if you can text them and see if they can call.
We got a bunch on hold already, MJ.
But also listen, I've had crews time out. I've had because of weather delays. I've had a crew say, we can't fly anymore. I've had flights canceled because of that. Oh, look at this. We are getting loaded here. Tim, hey, tell everyone to hang on. Chris, Melissa, Tim, everyone hang on. Let me grab Tim first. Tim is a captain for a major airline. Hey, Tim, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Welcome on board, Captain. All right, so what do you think about Delta and the flight attendants now getting paid for the boarding process?
I think it's about time, and hopefully they get paid for the deboarding as well. That takes a long time as well.
Now, do you work for Delta, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I work for a different one.
All right, so do you think this is going to catch on? If Delta is going to start paying their flight attendants for the boarding process before the door closes, is this going to catch on, do you think, to your airline or other U.S. airlines?
Well, our airline is in negotiations for our pilots and our flight attendants right now, so this will be a good chip that they can certainly use on the table. This is most likely Delta trying to stave off the flight attendants from unionizing again.
Yep.
I don't know if it'll work. It's a good start, but it's certainly not all that is needed.
Is it American that's in negotiations right now?
American is in negotiations as well as a lot of other airlines.
Gotcha. All right. Do you mind me asking, Captain Tim, what type of, do you fly wide body or narrow body?
I was a first officer on wide body before, but now I'm a captain on the Airbus 320 right now.
Gotcha. And do you like Airbus over Boeing or vice versa?
Oh, I much prefer the Airbus product.
Gotcha. Captain, thanks for listening, and I appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you on a flight one day.
Hope so.
Thank you.
Coop, can you arrange these calls in order of who has to take off first? So we're not messing up their
Good one.
schedules.
All right, Chris in Tampa. Chris is a flight attendant. Hi, Chris.
Hey, good morning, MJ.
Do you mind saying what airline you fly for, or you want to keep that off?
We love a lot of people. I'll just say that.
I got it. And do you love bags too? The bags, you love baggage?
We absolutely love that.
Yeah, bags fly free, I'm thinking. All right, so Chris, what do you think about Delta paying the flight attendants immediately when the passengers are loading and not when the door closes?
Industry game changer. And we are in negotiations, too. Most airlines are in their process of negotiations right now. It's going to be a game changer for everybody.
So you think the Delta move, Delta deciding they're going to pay flight attendants for the boarding process, you think that this could catch on in the whole industry?
Yeah, it's definitely going to catch on. It's going to be something at the table. There's been a lot of talk about this out in California because of California state laws. Virgin America got sued for not giving flight attendants breaks. So this kind of talk has been happening for a while.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of time before it was going to happen. And now this is a game changer. It'll be industry across the board. It eventually will happen. It's going to take a while because once your contract is signed, sealed, and delivered, then you got to wait for the next negotiating time. So now this is the time for everybody to bring this to the table and put it on the table and make it happen.
How many years have you been a flight attendant?
18 years.
Oh, man, so you're like a veteran in this. Let me ask you a question. Now, I like Southwest, and obviously you work for Southwest. I like the airline. I've always had good luck on Southwest. I'm a fan. I fly Delta the most, then probably Southwest second. JetBlue I fly. I fly American. Listen, I fly all the airlines. The only air I've flown Frontier. I've never flown Spirit. My question is, with Southwest, is it my perception or is it reality? It seems that the Southwest flight attendants are not as jokey and as loose, and they don't cut up as much during the announcements. Is that policy, or what? Why do I notice that?
The culture changed. I used to fly up front. I used to do the whole Southwest routine. I've stopped because once you get a bad letter, somebody said you said something, then you have to answer for that bad letter.
Wait a minute. So you would make a joke, and then passengers would complain about a joke?
Just like your industry, MJ. People take everything seriously now. Yep. People don't have a sense of humor anymore. And because of, if they've never flown Southwest before, they hear the joke, and then all of a sudden they're writing a bad letter about what they heard.
That sucks. Listen, we were talking about Shorty Shane and putting him into the laundromat dryer, and I had some listener write like this whole email to Passive Aggressive Ted, our program director, and complaining about Shorty Shane in the dryer. And, you're right. People complain about everything.
Exactly, and that's changed where the flight attendant just doesn't want to have to deal with paperwork on their day off answering to this situation. So they're just keep staying to the script now and just keeping it. It really is. It is what it is, and that's what no one's just adding any extra anymore.
Well,
any
that's
more
a
flavor.
bummer.
Yeah, because I know that when I fly Southwest, and I fly quite a bit, I just don't hear the joking around anymore. And Chris just answered the question. Chris, thanks for the call, and fly safe, and hopefully you keep listening to the show.
You got it, MJ. Long-time listener.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. All right, another flight. Look at this. I asked for pilots and flight attendants. We're loaded up here.
You got them.
Melissa in Tampa. Hello, Melissa. MJ Morning Show. You're on.
Hi, how are you?
Melissa, what do you think about Delta paying their flight attendants for the boarding process?
I love it. I love that they started this. It's been in the works for years, and I hope all the other airlines join in. It would be great.
Can I ask, without asking what airline you fly for? Well, I guess I could. Are you going to benefit from this policy change?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're not
yet.
you're not okay. You're not a Delta flight attendant.
No.
You want to give us a hint as to what airline you fly for?
Nope. I'd like to keep off the record.
I got you. And how many years you been a flight attendant?
24 years.
Okay, the absolute worst passenger experience, the absolute worst that you've ever experienced with a passenger, what happened?
Oh, good Lord. There's a list. I don't know. I've got a lot of...
Give me one that stands out. Give me one that just is memorable.
During pandemic, a lot of mask uncompliance and alcohol, and it was threatening your job all in one flight.
Oh, God. You ever have anyone die on a flight?
No. Medical emergencies, but no one dying.
Gotcha, that's good. What about a maniac trying to open up the door in mid-flight, which you can't do?
No, I must be on all the boring flights.
Oh, there you go.
What about a baby being born?
Oh, how about a baby being born?
No.
How about a nun playing a guitar with a transplant patient?
How about
I like your flights though.
How about a Mile High Club bust?
Hold on,
Roxanne.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Whoa. There we go.
I knew we'd find something.
Roxanne got it. So you've busted people trying to do the Mile High Club?
Yes, we actually clapped as they came out.
Inside the restroom. Oh man, that is a small. What plane do you typically fly, or do you do different equipment?
I do every type of equipment. I like the wide body. I like international. But I do fly generally a lot of 737.
Right. Yeah, and that's a small. Now the restroom where you caught them doing the Mile High Club. What airplane was that? Do you remember?
That was actually on MD-80.
Oh, the old MD-80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's American flew those and Delta flew those. So. And then what do you say? You like my flight? What? I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, I like your adventurous flights.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
All of the scenarios we're pitching at her.
I fly a lot, but I don't get that type of adventure all the time.
Yeah. I'm going to have an adventure with Julian. I'm going to fly Qatar Airways, which I understand is pretty freaking amazing.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I'm going
I hope in business first.
Well, I'll maybe discuss that at a later date.
No, she didn't mean she likes your...
I had connections for you.
Unfortunately, no, I got to pay cash. But Michelle is amazing at finding great rates. Like, for instance, if I've got to go to an airport to leave from that airport that you might not think of, it is amazing how you can cut your rate in half and, just add maybe 45 minutes to your flight.
Yeah, last time you went to LA, you flew into Bob Hope.
Hey, thanks for listening, Melissa. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, well, there you have it. Man, I asked for flight attendants, I asked for captains, and boom.
Jeez.
It's like your
Why are you
dream.
so popular with captains?
Who would have thought that all these flight attendants are listening to our show right now? That's fantastic.
You're like on a natural high right now because you just like talking about all this.
Airplane people like me.
No, listen.
You want to come over and play with my flight simulator?
Listen, if I weren't on the radio, I think there's a good chance I might have been a pilot.
What? You'd
I'm
be
serious.
a clam hut owner.
What? I'd be a clam hut owner. I'd be the owner of Wham Bam Thank You Clam.
Yeah.
No.
Clams and cockpits.
No, seriously. If I were not on the radio,
yeah, every table is a cockpit.
If if I didn't become a radio
That's a strip
broadcaster,
joint.
Say it again.
What?
Oh, that's in West Palm. There is a strip joint in West Palm called the Cockpit. That is true.
That's pretty funny.
That is true. It's right on Military Trail, right near the Palm Beach International Airport, near PBI. That's true.
Of course it is.
I've been there dozens. No, I passed by there dozens of times. No, I've never been inside.
Back to you being a pilot.
Yeah.
Listen,
No,
you would have
seriously.
been on Southwest telling jokes like crazy
Exactly.
until
Yeah.
got bad letters.
No, but if I were not a broadcaster, I think there's a good chance that I might have ended up being a pilot.
Yeah, too bad you couldn't have like incorporated both. Like, this is your pilot, MJ speaking. We're at altitude right now. Let's do some morons in the news.
What's
going on at Arby's?
Well, guess what? Speaking of morons in the news, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't get to all of them earlier, and we got some good stuff. You think? I don't do many foreign stories, but this is Canada, and we'll do Canadian stories. A woman who police say was likely on drugs got arrested near Vancouver, British Columbia, right over the border from Washington State. She got busted on 420 for driving with a missing tire.
What?
Can you imagine you're driving down the road and you're missing a tire and you don't know? How flippin' stoned do you have to be driving down the road and you don't have a tire?
So she's on the rim?
She's driving on a rim.
Isn't there sparks shooting out of the back of her car?
And the funny thing is, it looks like it's Fester's Lincoln Town Car, actually.
It's not that far off. This is like it might be the Mercury version.
Police say the lady was likely on drugs.
No.
She said that or the cop said you'd most likely have to be on drugs. A woman in her 40s was arrested last week. Multiple people called 911 to report a car swerving back and forth on a busy road. And when police got to the scene, they noticed the car was missing a complete tire. The tire was gone. Oh, my. It had all four wheels, but the front right tire was gone. And she was driving on the rim.
That's hysterical.
Oh, my God. And you know what happens? You've seen that. You gouge the road, too. A lot of times.
Well, there used to be a famous scene in the beginning of Cops where they're chasing a guy and it was just like shooting flames out of his...
Sparks and flames
And
everywhere.
It just slices right down the asphalt.
I think we got him.
Oh, my God. Guess what? I still have more morons in the news. We got one big chunk of the show to go next. So in minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we will do the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Wednesday. And I got to be honest, I think the best material is last. And it's next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Fester, did you need... It is the MJ Morning Show on Q105. It is 9:30 exactly. The final and I think maybe best chunk of the MJ Morning Show begins right now. Oh, hey, before I get to morons in the news, late edition, the second chunk, did you see that Tiger Woods, that his little golf... So Tiger Woods is part of this golf deal. I guess they're trying to compete with that Top Golf. And I've never been to Top Golf locally, but I've been to the Top Golf out in Phoenix, out in Arizona, because I was out there for one of Chloe's like soccer showcase deals with her team and all the parents, and we did a little Top Golf thing. I thought it was great. Listen, I don't play golf, but listen, I played miniature golf. I'll take a swing. I even posted a video of me hitting one hell of a shot at Top Golf in Phoenix. It's on my Instagram. I think I posted it like 3-4 years ago.
Now, Tiger's is called Pop Stroke.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like that name. I mean, I get it that it's a golf stroke, or your stroke, but it makes me think of an actual stroke.
Do they play that song? I'll be stroking.
That's the only thing they play.
So over and over again.
Continuous loop.
Tiger Woods is involved in this golf and entertainment company, and it's co-owned by Tiger Woods, and it's called Pop Stroke, and they announced that they're going to open one in Sarasota.
Whoa.
Yeah, so...
what's the difference?
Locally, I would imagine the concept is pretty close, pretty similar, right?
All right, so...
They have full-on golf courses.
It's like a putt-putt deal. Instead of driving balls at Top Golf, you're like playing putt-putt at Pop Stroke.
Are you serious?
No,
yeah, if you look at pictures.
They have both.
No, they
I
must
think
have.
they had both.
Yeah, they must. You got to be able to drive balls
They
as
have
well.
a driving
hold on.
section?
I'm looking at their facility right now, and it doesn't look like they have a large tee range.
Wait a sec.
It looks like it's all greens.
Maybe Coop's right.
Yeah, guys, I'm the golf expert.
Well, how are you a golf expert?
Because obviously I knew about Pop Stroke more than you guys did.
Yeah, I've seen his IG. He's always doing golf stuff.
I am golfing a lot.
Yeah, this is from the Fox 13 website. New golf and entertainment venue co-owned by Tiger Woods has announced it'll open to the public Thursday in Sarasota. Wait a minute, it's going to open. It's going to open up like tomorrow?
Yeah, so I'm on their website.
Wait a minute, like it was secretly being built and they have a big tarp over it?
On their website, it
Stroke
says
surprise.
Sarasota opening late April of 2022.
Oh,
We're paying attention.
All right, so I guess folks must have known it. I don't think it was secretly being built.
Orlando's opening next month. And then in Tampa, it says fall of 2022.
All right, so we're getting a Pop Stroke in Tampa. And I guess, it differs from Top Golf that this is more of a, like a high-end miniature golf deal?
Well, it doesn't have like a clown's mouth.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, there's no windmills or anything. It's kind of boring.
You know what? It looks like it is like small scale like golf holes. Like it looks like with all kinds of grass and
terrain and different
terrain and trees and water. It looks like it's like a miniature, like a Honey, I Shrunk the Golf Course. That's
so.
That's what it's like.
Crash our car through his sign.
So they're calling
Well,
it.
that's pretty funny. Hold, no, that's pretty because
That's the logo.
no, that's pretty funny because Froggy, my little punchline before you just stole it, was that there's going to be a tree in the parking lot that you get to smash into.
For your first time arrival.
I gotta say, Pop Golf actually said, Pop Stroke sounds better than Top Golf because I don't golf, but the mini golf courses, they have a playground there.
You're right. Top Golf, you just go whack a ball as far as you can.
And Tiger's mother is going to be at every location. And after you smash your car into a tree in the parking lot, she says,
"What happened?"
So
when you miss every putt that you miss, that all goes on speaker.
What happened?
Mrs. Woods, we had a lovely time. I want to tell you everything that we did.
What happened?
Oh, well, first we went to the mini
What
golf.
happened?
Oh, gosh.
It's Tiger Woods' mother.
I love it.
After Tiger Woods was chased out of the house by Ellen Nordgren, right?
They got 50 different ice cream flavors.
And he smashed his Escalade into a tree over on the east coast of Florida.
What happened?
Perkins in there.
Is there a welcome to Rolling Hills sign?
Oh, yeah, that's right. There'll be a smashed up, flipped over Hyundai Genesis SUV in every parking lot.
All right, so right now,
hey, listen, it's like Ford's Garage. Ford's Garage. Oh man, Ford's Garage. They have like the old Ford, the Model Ts or whatever. Doesn't like every Ford's Garage have like an old Ford, right?
Yeah, hanging from the roof.
They have a bunch of.
They got a bunch. Yeah, they got numerous Model Ts, right? So that could be the trademark. Every single Tiger Woods Pop Stroke can have a smashed up, rolled over Genesis GV80 or whatever the hell that SUV was.
And all the female, waitresses can have Perkins outfits on.
No, I was gonna say Perkins waitresses go for free.
Oh, okay.
No, the waitresses are just the mistresses from back in the day.
All of Tiger's mistresses.
And the bartenders are porn stars.
I would
Man, that's too far. Too far.
Look at Roxanne. What's happening to you,
Too
Roxanne?
far.
What's going on? Anyway, the grand opening is going to be Thursday the 28th, tomorrow, down in Sarasota.
Oh, yes. I'll go get our media invite. Oh, wait, never mind.
I guess we didn't get a media invite, did we?
No.
Unbelievable. Oh, and you know what? I'm really community-oriented. Listen, later tonight, I'm going to the Law Enforcement Memorial down at the Sheriff's Office in Ybor.
Right.
Yearly law
It's an annual event.
It is. And I've been to numerous over the years. And Michelle and I will be attending the Law Enforcement Memorial tonight in Ybor at the Sheriff's Office for Hillsborough County. But I'm very community-oriented. I'd like to reach out to all of the employees at various hotels and restaurants and bars at Clearwater Beach. You know what's going on? There's this parking nightmare that is affecting servers and bartenders at Clearwater Beach. This is nuts. And what's going on is that employees are late for work. They can't find parking spots. There's like a parking nightmare.
Yeah, that's how it is on the beach.
At Clearwater Beach, but it's gotten bad recently.
I love Clearwater Beach, but I will not go there. I won't go to a restaurant there, nowhere, unless I'm actually going to go there and stay at a hotel all weekend.
They got to figure out, and this has been going on for a long time, but Fester, that story's from 2007.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. That's 2007.
Bring up,
it's not that old.
There's a story that I saw it on...
it's ABC Action News.
Yeah, I saw a story on Channel 28 last night. During one of the newscasts, I saw a story about the parking issues at Clearwater Beach. Find Channel 28, WFTS, ABC Action News. You got it?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, see if you can find the story. No, that's not
I'm
it.
getting there.
That's
Well, these employees have to go and pay $8 to park. They have to pay for parking. They're lucky if they can even find a spot that they can pay for.
It's like living in Manhattan.
But the issue is, and this is where I want to help. If you work at Clearwater Beach and you have trouble parking, I would like to offer up the Q105 parking lot. You can park here. Now, it's only 14 point. I did the Google thing, we can measure distance.
Yes.
All right, so from our parking lot to Clearwater Beach, it's only 14.07 miles.
It's nothing.
I mean, that's a nice brisk walk, isn't it?
You can probably walk from our studios to Clearwater Beach in less time it would take you
to find a parking spot in Clearwater Beach.
Exactly right.
So, no, seriously, if you would like to park here, you can. Yeah.
I'll even start the Coop Q105 shuttle service.
Oh, yeah.
So when you park here, throw me $5. I'll take you to Clearwater Beach.
Look at that. That's pretty cheap. With gas prices, dude, you're going to lose. You're going to lose money on that deal.
That's a lose-lose deal for you.
I just want to help.
Yeah, here's the headline from Channel 28 last night. Parking woes impacts Clearwater Beach businesses and staffing shortages. Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we're late to work because we struggle to find parking. It's kind of a big deal for us. This is just a woman that's worked there for years. Every day she parks her car for work. She has to pay $8, and that's a deal thanks to her employer's agreement with a nearby hotel. Anyway, the parking, they got to figure it out. Do they need to build a parking garage or something?
Let's just bring a barge out there.
How about
a parking barge?
Underwater parking?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
Man, maybe I can get Elon Musk to bring his boring machine out here. We'll do underwater parking at Clearwater Beach.
I will save Clearwater Beach myself with my underwater.
It's going to hit water at 10 feet.
Underwater parking for everyone. Mm-hmm.
And how about flamethrowers for everyone as well?
Everybody gets a boring flamethrower as well. I flame you in the face. Yes. You want flame? I flame you. Anybody else? You. That's right. I flame the world. I could do this all day.
Yes, you could, but I don't want you to.
Okay, I stop.
I'd like you to stop right now. All right, a couple of things before we get out of here today. Additional morons in the news. There is video you got to see. Man, this dude stuck the landing, as Coop said it. Hey, do you have the video ready to go?
Oh, yeah, it's ready.
Now, where did this happen?
All right, this happened in Georgia on Sunday night. The video's out. A guy tripping on mushrooms, driving his parents' 2001 Cadillac DeVille.
That was a good year for the DeVille.
This guy totals wrecks his parents. His parents have a 2001 Cadillac DeVille. It looked like really good condition. Not anymore. A guy that they think was high on psychedelic mushrooms went airborne in his parents' car off the road and slammed into an embankment at a Georgia gas station, goes airborne, and misses the gas pumps by a foot. A foot. And do you see all the dirt that he drags with him under the car?
That's the red Georgia clay.
Oh, my God. You got to see this. The dude. What'd you say? What'd you say?
The red Georgia clay.
Look at it. Look.
And this is to the red in Georgia clay.
That's the red Georgia
There
clay.
it is. Oh, my God.
See all that red Georgia clay?
Look at the video. All right, Coop, do you have the video up at mjmorningshow.com?
Yeah, you can see it now.
All right, the video is up. When you get a chance and you can safely watch the video, don't do it while you're driving because I don't want you to end up like this guy. Wow. But when you can safely watch the video, go to mjmorningshow.com. This dude, they think he was high on shrooms, goes off the road, slams into a ditch and an embankment, goes airborne into a gas station parking lot in Kennesaw, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, right? And caught on camera. And this is nuts. Cops said that he was tripping on 6 magic mushrooms at the time of the crash.
Is that a lot?
Oh,
It sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
The driver was Noah Washington, 23 years old, driving his parents' 21-year-old Cadillac DeVille, and he wrecks the car. Listen to this. Noah Washington, the driver, 23, he told officers that he believed that he was being followed by assassins.
Oh, no.
Does that happen when you're on shrooms? Is that what happens here?
Escaped.
Turn into Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible all of a sudden.
Oh, my God.
Well, you know this 2001 Caddy was his dad's pride and joy.
Not the caddy.
Oh, he took the Caddy.
So when cops showed up, he was displaying erratic behavior. He was all jittery. He was speaking incoherently. Look at the car. Look what he did.
He landed right next, wants to get gas.
And then wait a minute.
Meant to do that.
Wait. And then once he's landed and the car misses, he puts the car between 2 gas station islands. He misses the gas pumps. There's dirt all over the place that he ripped up from the ditch and dragged with him. Then he runs out of the car into the convenience store.
Okay, hold on. You got to see the video.
Yeah.
He slammed the car so hard the doors wouldn't open. So he has to climb out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Through the sunroof.
And slides down the car. Slides down the windshield.
That is true. So you're right. I did notice this last night. So he lands so hard that he bent the whole frame of the car. The doors won't open. So he climbs out of the sunroof and slides down the windshield. And then he runs. You know, he looks like Colin. He looks like Colin Kaepernick, by the way.
A little bit.
He's looking behind him like people are chasing him when he's running.
Those are the assassins.
Yeah.
The assassins are after him, dude. The ninjas and the assassins are after the guy.
Did you see him look at the end? He throws his hands up in the air. Let's go.
My God. You got to see the video. It's up at mjmorningshow.com. Parents, when you give your kids the keys to your car, just hope this doesn't happen.
I've always heard the red Georgia clay thing, but it sure is red.
Yeah, it's red Georgia clay.
Look at that.
You ever don't ever park on it in the rain because you'll just spin and spin.
Hey, can you imagine his parents looking at this video?
It's like Ferris Bueller's. They see the car.
Oh.
How old is too old to spank? I don't know. This kid needs a spanking.
He deserves a spanking.
That is crazy. Speaking of drug issues, an Upper Arlington elementary student, this happened in Ohio, mistook his dad's marijuana edibles for Easter candy. Isn't that great? So a guy's facing charges after his 10-year-old daughter reportedly took his marijuana edibles to an elementary school and shared them with the class. Oh, we've got Easter candies for everybody. And it turns out that they're marijuana edibles. By the way, Roxanne is sucking on a lollipop over there.
No, you know what I'm doing?
What?
It's a cough drop, actually. It's kids' cough. I got a tickle in my throat, and I feel like I'm
no.
It's a THC pop.
No, it could be. Dude, listen, the vice president just got Omicron. What if you have it?
Come on, man.
You got a tickle in your throat. Who's got a test kit? I want to swab her right now.
I have to go to a test right after the show. So,
all right. Well,
we'll know if she has it by
all
tomorrow.
right. You're sucking on cough drop lollipops over here. Anyway, Scott Macker, 43, charged with endangering children, possession of drugs, obstruction in connection with the incident. 5 children from the Windermere Elementary School were taken to Nationwide Children's Hospital on Friday because the district said they felt ill after sharing I love the description, a non-school food item. That's what they call it.
Yes, the weed brownies are non-school food
These
items.
were edible candies, not weed brownies, but they were close. Court records state that Macker's 10-year-old daughter found the 50-milligram tablets of THC edibles in the family's kitchen cabinet and took them to school, mistaking them for leftover Easter Bunny candy.
All right, Froggy.
50 milligrams?
50 milligrams sounds like that'll send an elephant to the moon.
Yeah, those are usually like 5.
Anyway, 5 students got all high. They showed signs of nausea, impairment, hallucinations, elevated heart rates. Yeah, they were stoned.
No wonder. That's a lot.
The kids got stoned on these edibles.
All right, so not that I know firsthand, but
they were seeing big giant rabbits like a Tom Petty video or something.
So one gummy Froggy is what? Commonly 10 milligrams.
Maybe even 5. Some of them are 5. Yeah,
so to have 50 milligrams, MJ, that's the horse pill of pot gummies.
Oh, my God. Holy crap. That's
shoot me to the moon, man.
Some pretty nutty stuff. Oof. All right. Before we get out of here, I got a couple other things. A potential meth lab discovered in a hotel room down in South Florida. You know, this is a nightmare because you never know. I mean, what if you're in a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn?
I would expect it if I'm at a Holiday
Inn. But what if? No, that's not
Never.
nice to say.
Like
Come
the
on.
old ones, like on the side of the road, like the Howard Johnson's old Holiday Inn.
The old style ones?
Those old motor lodges.
Where you pull the car right in front of the door?
Not the Holiday Inn Expresses where they give
Where the door goes right out to the parking lot? Kind of like... Wow, that was a quick find there, Coop.
How about the Princess
I have that one
Inn?
saved.
Oh, you have that saved?
Yeah, I do.
Let me hear it again. Go ahead. Holiday Inn.
I also have a newer version.
Motel. Oh,
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. But listen, like those old-style motels like Schitt's Creek, you know, seriously.
That's where I expect to see them.
Yeah. But now this has always kind of scared me because, you know, when we do a road trip and we've stayed in some really off-the-beaten-path places.
There was one at your brother's, when you went to your brother's wedding, there was definitely one in that
Oh, yeah.
place.
I mean, you always wonder, man, are you sleeping next to a meth lab that could explode like in the middle of the night? You know, you're sleeping and all of a sudden, oh, my God! And then the whole place is on fire because you got a meth lab next door.
I think you'd know by the smell if one was right next to you.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah, doesn't it smell?
Yeah, when I told you guys I used to live in Bakersfield, and I mean,
Oh
when
my
you
God,
drove
that's
in-
like a meth capital of the
It
world,
is.
right?
It is.
Well,
And when
that in Polk County. Yeah.
Well, you drive down into the valley, and it just overtakes you. It's very chemically and nasty. So you'd know.
Here's the deal: the Plantation Fire Rescue responded to a 911 call about someone who was unresponsive inside a hotel room at the La Quinta.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't think that would happen to La Quinta.
No, this was La Quinta. La Quinta. Do you remember we asked them for that and the advertising agency sent us that?
Yes, they were great.
They were. They sent us the La Quinta music.
Talked about the famous La Quinta twin sisters that
Oh,
own
yeah.
the whole empire.
That's right.
Just like the Hiltons.
Anyway, so the fire department arrived and they found someone who was dead inside the room due to a possible overdose. And then they discovered that the unit was being run as a possible meth lab. My God. So they got high on their own supply. They died on their own supply is what they did. And, you know, folks, I wish I could say it was Monday, but it was Saturday.
6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream. I thought I heard MJ talk about crystal methamphetamine.
Yeah, meth lab at La Quinta, baby.
Just another meth lab Monday.
It was a Saturday, by the way.
The crooks are on the run day.
Crook is dead right now. Yeah.
Cops are gonna come down.
Oh, they were there all right.
It's gonna be a fun day.
Not too much fun.
Just another Meth Lab Monday.
At La Quinta. So you never know. At your hotel. Hey, listen, Bob Saget's hotel room at the Ritz-Carlton. It could have been a meth lab right next door to him as well.
Oh, there's plenty of room in those big Ritz-Carlton rooms.
Maybe he discovered it and they whacked him in the head with a bat. I mean, the Emmy.
Oh my gosh, that's it.
Seriously, the Emmy did say that it looked like, he was cracked in the head with a bat. Poor Bob Saget. Rest in peace, my friend.
He wasn't your friend.
No, I met him 4 or 5 times.
He's not your friend, dude. My friend. I've watched Full House.
I was just going to say, I feel like he's everybody's friend if you've watched Full House.
God, I like Bob Saget. I think we're done. Anything else before we get out of here, guys?
No.
No.
Roxanne, with the tickle in your throat?
Yeah. No, I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Right.
Roxanne will be back tomorrow. Everybody.
Yeah, positive or negative, she'll be back tomorrow. Do you really have to? You really have to take a COVID test?
I have to take one today or tomorrow.
She's flying to the island.
You're
over
going to the
weekend.
Bahamas, yeah.
Bring in one of your
do me a
ones
favor.
tomorrow.
Take one today. Unless, what are the requirements? Is it like?
I gotta.
Yeah, make sure you don't take it too early.
Yeah, I can't take it too early, so I have to
All
figure
right.
that out.
All right. I'm going to bring one of the rapid tests tomorrow. I'm going to jam one up your nose if you don't get tests today. We're going to do a rapid test on you
I've
tomorrow.
been in the room with you all week, so then I'll jam one up your nose.
All right, listen.
And in the Bahamas, if you're going.
Stop with the kinky talk.
Got a lot of jamming going on, a lot of nose jamming. All right, folks, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Website's got a lot of stuff. MJMorningshow.com, MJMorningshow.com, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show, and let's be careful out there. Let me try that again. Let's be